I'm surprised it's this high up.
Why? It's
vibe.
I mean,
This is what always happens when we have these discussions. It'll be like, I do say so myself.
you know what? Gonna have to agree with you there.
I can't explain it. Why? There's
how long has this been here?
What is that?
It's tasted funny.
Why would you drink?
I thought, I don't know,
Why would you drink?
I honestly wasn't thinking, okay?
That's what you said when you were talking about the vibes too. You weren't thinking, Garnt. You couldn't comprehend it.
I was
Go drink your stale water.
I was thirsty. We were deep in discussion. I had a cup in my hand.
You have a giant
thing of water.
I wasn't thinking, okay?
You never think, Garnt. That's why these episodes suck.
That's my favorite like expression for drinking coffee. Sucking bean.
What does that mean?
Sucking bean.
Bean?
Yeah.
Coffee, oh.
Coffee is
okay.
bean, bro. Sucking bean.
I mean,
Aussies,
the
man.
beans don't.
It's not an Aussie thing.
It's not like it filters through the. It's not really bean. It's different.
Shut up.
Bean would be if the liquid came from the bean. I'd be okay with that. But
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of extracted,
no.
right?
If I shred up your body, Joey, and I run water through it, it's not Joey water, or Joey water specifically. It's maybe Joey water is fair, but not Joey water.
Oh, my included.
We would have got rid of that.
What are we talking about? Did you just threaten to kill me and grind
If you
and
talk
turn
shit
me into
about my
juice?
coffee again.
I didn't talk about it. I just said suck bean.
Implies bad.
I love this.
Okay.
So when you drink water, are you making?
Yeah, you can.
I'm
like,
making.
like that one.
Yeah, but it's like, when you eat food, you say I'm making shit.
I mean, eventually.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna make some shit right now.
Okay, Joey, do the thing.
Average episode of Trash Taste.
All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to another episode
We
of
can't put
Trash
that as a
Taste.
cold open, by the way. We're going to get demonetized. But it's 500 times now.
Well, they can move on. Thank you for beeping that out.
Yeah. Legend. All right. Anyway. Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Trash Taste Podcast. I'm Joey, and I'm joined by my boys, Garnt and Connor, and we are doing another anime episode. More specifically,
whoa,
a manga episode.
Whoa.
Can you boys let me goddamn finish?
No, because you said something wrong.
Yeah, it was just factually incorrect.
I said
factually
more
fucked up.
specifically a
Actually-
manga episode, and then you guys cut me off like you always do.
If I said we were eating and then we eating it's a different vibe that I would have got, Joey. I would have
thanks for demonetizing our episode.
Two different
man.
things. We're going to bleep that.
Appreciate it.
You
Thank
already demonetized it before, way before I did.
Anyway,
this coffee be hitting, huh?
the coffee hit different.
coffee
Anyway,
behave.
so this is kind of a part two, I guess, a successor to a previous Trash Days episode that we did, where we went over to my anime list and we looked at the top ranking.
We're going to do both, I think, maybe.
Yeah, we looked at both.
around.
We
We'll
looked
fuck
at some
around
top lists on my
What do
anime
you think we
list.
did, Joey? You recorded the episode.
I don't.
We did both.
You think I remember? I don't even remember what we did last episode, and we filmed that 20 minutes ago. But anyway, we're gonna go onto my anime list because even though the name is my anime list, you can also rate a bunch of manga as well, and users on my anime list have done that. We're gonna be looking at the top ranked manga on my anime list and give our thoughts on it. See if we agree. See if we disagree.
Question: do you guys still use my anime list?
No,
I know you don't. I mean, Garnt, do you?
No.
Do you know anyone who does?
No.
not really.
Okay.
No,
I've just had a thought for a process. I'm like, who's keeping this alive?
I mean, I'm sure there's quite a few.
Okay,
people.
but like in terms of tracking what you have watched,
It's the only thing that you use. But
it is the only one. Well, there's
because no one's opening up an Excel sheet.
Now I'm
for that.
thinking like, damn, we must be biased towards older shows back when people used to be way more active. But actually, are people more active?
No, actually, that's not true because, like, you
I
know,
don't
every time a seasonal anime comes
Extension
out, it
matches.
always shoots up to number
That's
one.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
So it's still definitely
like,
active.
to me, my anime list is not the most accurate, but a good guesstimate.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Someone had to say.
Because it doesn't.
It's a vibe check.
Yeah, it doesn't take into account, let's say, the mega popular shonen shows, because otherwise it's always just going to be Jujutsu Kaisen and the
One Piece and
way out the top.
Yeah.
But it's like a good kind of like gauge of the modern, not casual, but someone who's like deep enough
Right.
into the
And this is how they make their weighted scores.
Yeah, so we...
I don't know why we were watching this. I can't.
Yeah.
This is math.
The number of users giving a score for an anime.
This is algebra class all over.
Minimum number of scores. Okay.
Yeah. So do you guys want to go by top ranking or most popular?
Yes, because that's something we apparently got wrong last time.
Yeah.
Let's do the top rated, which uses the stars, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they top rated uses the
Yeah.
stars.
Okay.
So these are...
But apparently the way is that formula for this?
I believe so.
What's this? Where did you get this link from? Where did you get this from? Kyle?
This is just like a
don't just be
hyperlink.
pulling out formulas like that.
Yeah, it says how do we rank
Oh,
shows.
okay. Open it up.
Yeah.
Open it up.
Well, that was that.
Oh, okay. So that's basically the first part of the equation is, it seems like a standard thing.
Yeah.
The second part is where I'm confused.
I'm surprised you can glean any information from this.
Well, if you read it, Connor, are you reading it or are you just looking
I'm
at
reading it.
words?
No, I'm reading it.
So if it says top upcoming and most popular rankings are ordered by the number of users who have added that entry to their list.
Wait, then what's the weighted score?
Huh?
Then what's the weighted score? What's that formula?
the weighted score is the out of 10.
score, yeah, is the out of 10 score.
So there's a difference between rating a show from 1 to 10 and putting it in that user's list of like favorites.
Oh, so I see. Wait, no. So the weighted score, is that because obviously oh man, I'm confused. Is that them trying to accommodate shows that are less popular?
Yes.
Yeah,
Probably,
right. It's like
yeah.
a formula to balance it out.
So
Yeah.
what it means is like, you know, if a show doesn't have a lot of viewers,
Yeah.
then obviously it's going to be
yeah.
it's going to be very much more skewed. So it's kind of like trying to balance out the scores.
Yeah, because there's a lot of
Yeah.
M's in there for bumping up the minimum
Yeah.
number of people who rate a show.
Yeah.
Okay, point being, Mudan, just fucking do some penis music and skip over that. Basically, they try to make it fair for a show that's less popular. But I don't think any of these top ones are going to be not
No,
popular.
we don't need to skip the part where Connor just can't read. You know?
What do you-
Yeah, keep that
Listen,
in.
I'm sorry.
Connor,
I
why are you asking them to skip that?
Well, no, because I was reading it. I was
add
reading
the penis music, but don't skip it.
Hold on. No, that's bullshit. I was reading the first part, aka the equation, trying to make sense of it before I read the second part.
Because I think you asked like, oh, what is the second part? I don't understand.
No, not second part. I think it's second part of the formula.
Okay.
That's because I would been reading the first part of the formula,
Okay.
and I understood what that was trying to do. The second part I was trying to make sense of.
Okay.
So fuck you, Garnt. All right.
All right. Anyway, we're going to be looking at
right.
the top, starting with, I mean, is anyone surprised? Berserk. With an average score of 9.47.
Here's the thing about
But
manga.
you just like overrated. Actually, not even top 50.
Actually,
I actually
I
just don't.
don't know if this is right.
Overhyped.
There is one big difference I've noticed between the manga community and the anime community. The anime community always fucking bicker about everything.
Just
And
feel like
you can
that,
never
yeah.
you can never get a consensus except for Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood being number one constantly.
It's like
Yeah.
that meme image of like all the people sitting around at the table really like politely and then people
Yeah.
fighting each other. That's what it
Yeah.
feels like with
Yeah.
the manga and anime crowd.
Yeah.
yeah,
definitely.
It's like, but manga readers, normally you talk to most manga readers and
You're like, Berserk number 1. They're like, yeah.
I'm like, yeah. It's just like there is more of a consensus on what the top rated manga are because you see these same 5 avatars in every fucking.
I mean, God, you can just say manga readers have better taste.
I'm not going to say that. I am
In
absolutely
general.
not going to say
In
that.
general. But yeah.
Do you agree with that statement, Joey?
What?
Of course you do. You're a manga reader,
Of course I
Joey.
do.
Yes.
I'm one of them.
My problem with manga readers is that they act like they're better than everyone. All right, Joey?
It's because we are. You know, what can I say?
I guess it's kind of hard to argue anything
I'm looking at
interesting.
the,
because I think we're all like, yep, number one.
I'm
yep.
looking at this top 6 and I'm like,
Yeah.
checks out.
Yeah, checks out.
Because, say,
I am actually surprised that JoJo's. I mean, it's my favorite JoJo part. Part 7 is my favorite. I think it's the absolute peak Araki writing. I'm kind of surprised that it's universally agreed to be like the second best manga of all time, though. I would have thought that people would think maybe it's a little too out there. No, but I'm very happy that people have
I
rated
think
it.
though, with the popularity, especially that the anime like brought on to just like the JoJo series in general,
Yeah.
I think just that hype of like wanting to continue reading it, and also like, you know, JoJo fans just consistently hype up part 7. You know,
It's
they're
the
like,
best fucking part.
for good reason, right? Because it's amazing, and like I think, you know, because I think a lot of people, especially in this day and age, got into JoJo maybe through the anime.
Yeah.
And then you talk to a JoJo manga fan, and they're always like, "Yeah, Golden Wind was incredible. Part 4 was incredible. And then the manga fan will turn around being like, yeah, but still will run though.
Yeah, still will run.
That's where shit gets real.
Yeah, because when I look at a manga list or when I hear a manga fan, I'm like, okay, there are a lot of casual anime fans. You know, there's a lot that we see nowadays. I feel like manga readers, you have gone beyond the entry point of being a weeb. You know, you've probably.
Oh yeah, for sure. You've had to readjust how you read.
Yeah.
You literally read the opposite way now.
Yeah.
Because
even fucking shonen people who only read shonen stuff, there is like still a huge leap of being like, I want to catch up. So I am going to look at still pictures that don't have color in it, you know.
yeah, I mean, like to in a sense, like reading Berserk and committing to reading that is kind of like it's because there's no very good anime adaptation except for maybe the original.
Is Berserk the first manga you read?
No.
Okay.
But like
What was the first manga you read?
Fuck, that's a great question. I actually don't know.
You don't remember?
No, I don't remember. I don't know which one I read first.
Before I realized it was in my life.
Because the first manga I remember you talking about was Berserk.
No, I definitely read JoJo before that. I definitely read some other stuff
JoJo.
before that. I definitely read some other stuff before that too.
Yeah.
Like I read
I think JoJo
Ice Shield I read before that.
Oh, really?
I read Ice Shield before JoJo, I think.
Yeah.
Gantz, I think I read. I think I read after JoJo. But I think Berserk was that one time though where I read this and I had this weird sensation of like, I am only going to really get to experience it in this form.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every other thing feels like there's always an alternative way to consume it.
Yeah.
It's going to be an anime, you know this, or there will be an anime. Or
Yeah.
Berserk, and maybe there will be a Berserk adaptation down the line. But Berserk had this weird
actually
feeling.
good.
It's unadaptable.
Right.
It is unadaptable.
Yeah, that's the same about everything gone until they make a good adaptation.
One
One Piece, unadaptable, and then they adapted it.
Piece is not unadaptable.
Dune, unadaptable until they adapted it.
The adapted, I would say...
You can adapt Berserk. I think the challenge is precisely what makes the adaptation so worth it. It's because everyone says it's unadaptable and because it's so hard to do it that when it is done well, it's going to be insanely magical.
Okay, let me rephrase. Unadaptable with the current industry standards because you'd need like infinite budget to do a good adaptation of Berserk.
No, I don't think so.
I think the closest they got was the 90s adaptation, but that's
That was
because it was in the 90s where they were a little bit more open to being experimental and taking their time with stuff.
But like I think that
the animation is shit.
It is, but you know, compared to 2016,
does Berserk
2017,
need to have godlike animation?
I think it'd be doing a disservice.
Yeah, but you can say about every show.
Yeah, it doesn't. But in order, like you said, like good adaptation. Right?
Yeah.
Berserk has an amazing story, and the fact that with a lot of like the more, okay, I said shit animation. I meant if you wanna get.
Well, we all know what happened in 2017.
Yeah.
2017?
2016, 2017.
Fine.
Yeah, I don't mean like shit animation. I mean like limited animation.
Okay.
That's more of what I've meant.
Sure.
But in terms of like,
you better backpedal.
Yeah.
You better backpedal that fucking statement.
because I know people are gonna get.
I love that anime.
Yeah, but it's more like it's very limited animation compared to a lot of other shows that aired in its time. But they got the tone down, they got the story down, they got the vibe down, which I think is the best adaptation of Berserk I've seen so far.
Also, best anime opening of the 90s. Let's just say that.
Yeah,
as well
yes.
with Berserk, like the actual best.
Yeah. To preface, I do actually love the Berserk, the original Berserk anime.
Yeah, you better
but to
backpedal.
say that it is like comparable to some of the fucking amazing panels and art that is found in the manga.
I mean, how do you put that to?
But that's why it's kind of unadaptable.
That's what
No,
we're talking
but
about.
it'll get done. It'll get done.
Like you asked, well, how do you transfer these amazing?
Yeah, but it's. I
godlike-
think that it's never going to look how you expect it to look, and that's okay. That's part of an adaptation. And I think that just because it doesn't look the way it did in the manga doesn't mean it's a bad adaptation. It could even, enhance other aspects of the story that maybe couldn't have been serviced as well in the manga. It's there's always.
Oh sure, but I think
Most
think in the sense like as Garnt was saying, like I think in this current day and age, like the industry standard, it's pretty goddamn difficult to do that.
Yeah.
I would say
it's
near
done.
impossible to do that with the current standards, unless they change the standards. to fit that mold, then I don't think we'll be seeing a half decent or even good adaptation anytime soon.
Yeah.
And honestly, at this point, I don't think Berserk fans are like looking for it.
No,
either.
I think Berserk fans have made peace with it.
Yeah, I think they'd need like if Guts had like a cute, marketable plush mascot, then maybe we would have gotten anime by now. Because they would have sold enough to
No,
keep
it has
funding the show.
what's that?
How long into the show, Garnt? It's not season 1 material. We can't get those. We can't get those
Wait.
plushies moving.
Who are you talking about?
The
Talking about fairy?
the
The
fairy.
puck?
Yeah, puck.
That's
Yeah.
not a marketable plush. I'm talking like
I get a puck plushie.
yeah.
Yeah, I know you.
You know when he goes like chibi mode? And
Yeah.
it's just like
That'd be so cute.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I want that. Make
Yeah.
that.
I mean, we've seen how they make shows in Japan, and if a show makes a lot of moolah, it gets many seasons and many supports. But I think Berserk's hard to sell like merch for.
Yeah.
Do you know
That's a
what
lot
I
of
would
strategy
want to see?
nowadays.
Do you know what I think would actually be fucking dope?
What?
Instead of like a Berserk anime adaptation, just like a Dark Souls-esque game set in the actual Berserk world. I think that would
Would be cool.
that would
cool.
be fucking sick. You can use, instead of like just trying to make a game where you follow Guts' story, just make a game that takes place in the insane fucking world of Berserk.
Actually, nah.
No?
Nah.
No?
Why not?
Nah. I feel like it wouldn't be like Berserk is the story, not the world.
I don't know, man.
Oh.
The world,
I feel that
the world, especially once you get past the golden,
The
golden
golden
arc.
age, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a kinda
Golden
like
age is just like
Game of Thrones.
whatever. But after the golden age arc, the world building gets pretty insane.
Yeah. And some of the monster designs as
Like
well.
like the fairy forest and stuff
Yeah.
like
I
that.
mean, it could be cool, but I
That'd be
just
pretty cool.
I just worried that it would have to be shackled to the show and the story beats to have any kind of like weight to it.
Maybe
I don't know.
there might be room. There might be some
Yeah.
wiggle room though, considering that again, like
I think if
we
anything, it
haven't
would have to
seen
be
the
like a
end of the story.
spiritual kind of.
Yeah.
But then I guess that
already exists.
You're getting Elden Ring.
That's every Souls game.
That's the problem I'm having right now is that like, would Elden Ring be better if it just had Berserk monster designs? And I don't think it
What
would.
about just like a Berserk DLC?
I'd be tight.
That'd be tight.
I feel like you
maybe
just-
not even a whole game, just a DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Point being, Berserk is so goddamn good. It's number 1, and we're still trying to talk about how it's the go to number 1
Yeah.
and how you can have more stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
This is, I don't see anything really taking over it. It's the GOAT for a reason. And it's the manga that's gotten a lot of people into manga as well.
100%. Steel Ball Run. I mean, what can you say? It's JoJo.
I saw a funny post the other day. It was like someone comparing who's the biggest hater in anime, and it was Dio versus someone else. And I think it might have been Vegeta or someone. I don't know. People were like, "Bro, Dio literally bloodlines of generational hating, as well as dimensional hating. The man is the biggest hater in the universe, and beyond that.
Yeah.
And also, I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, what is Dio's like actual problem? Like what? Why does he actually have a problem with
He's
Jonathan?
just a dick.
Yeah, like just I was watching. He was like he takes him into his house, and then he just hates Jonathan. And I was like, is this an accurate level of hating?
Literally, like 10 seconds after he meets Jonathan, he just socks him in the face.
Yeah.
For like no reason.
He's like envious of his position, so he hates him. But then it's like generational hatred.
But that's why
and then universal hatred.
But that's why I love Dio as a villain,
it's so
because
good.
he's so like
Makes no fucking sense.
No,
to
that's
me.
the thing. It's almost refreshing to see just
There's
a
no
villain
reason.
hating for the sake of
He's
hating.
just a hater.
Like he's
just a hater.
He's just a hater.
yeah, there's no
fucking reason.
deep meaning or like childhood trauma or anything like that. He's just a hater.
Why did he kill the dog? I don't know. He just hated him. Why did he hate him? No real reason.
No real reason. He just wanted to fuck with
Like he
Jonathan.
literally took him
JoJo
in.
in a nutshell. Haters just gonna hate.
Yeah,
him.
dude.
He brought him into his home, gave him a place to live. He's just hating.
Yeah, tried to murder his dad. Why?
yeah.
Because.
Just an absolute hater. It's just impressive. Like the
Yeah,
level of
love it.
hating is.
Yeah.
How can you even compare him to another hater? Like
Yeah.
even in Steel Ball Run, he shows up
Yeah.
at the end to just hate. It's so impressive.
Do you think it's deserving of the second most rated
I'm
manga
biased.
of all time?
I'm biased. I'll say yeah.
I would definitely put it in top 10, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just like an insane. I mean, for one, up until this point in Araki's career,
Yeah.
after part 6, like everyone read part 6 and was like in terms of like actual art, it's like, how do you get better than that? And then he was like, let me cook with part 7. And there's just some panels in part 7 where it's like, how the hell did you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
It's just beautiful to read and so succinct, and like even though it's like batshit insane like JoJo always is, he just keeps stepping it up with some of the most insane powers and panels that you've ever seen, even in JoJo.
Yeah.
And let me say, Jesus Christ, MVP.
The fact that Jesus Christ is a canonical JoJo character makes me very happy.
Yeah. I'm like, that's crazy. I love it. Dio turns into a dinosaur. Love it.
Yeah. It's
great.
Okay.
I can say that, and it probably won't be a spoiler because you have no fucking idea what it's about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the only one that hasn't read Steel Ball Run yet.
Yeah.
Because I've only been watching the anime of all of it, so
Yeah.
I don't know how good the manga is.
So good, dude.
I'm sure it's great.
Yeah.
Like I said, it does surprise me that it's like number 2 top rated
Yeah,
manga
I'm surprised.
of all time.
I mean, it is universally praised by JoJo fans and anyone who's read it. Is like,
Again, I
it's
think
great.
the anime definitely pushed this up for sure, and for good reason.
Yeah.
The
Do you agree
anime?
with this rating
That's
then, Joey?
I would agree. I'm not like upset.
So you think it's better than Vagabond?
I'm biased.
I'm putting you on the spot, Joey. I'm putting you on the spot here.
Look, I am an Inoue simp.
Is
Yeah.
Vagabond finished?
No, it's on hiatus.
Yeah.
I'm an Inoue simp, and it's so fucking awesome to see 2 Inoue works in the top 10. Justified.
Bro,
He's
Wait,
amazing.
what are his 2 works?
He wrote Slam Dunk.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, same guy. So
Yeah, he's
Vagabond,
also a goated manga as well.
yeah,
Go for
and
it,
Vagabond is like it goes beyond manga. It is just art. It is a piece of art because like if you thought Berserk and like Steel Ball Run had some like amazing panels,
Yeah.
Vagabond just goes an entirely new direction. Like you'll see some of the most beautiful manga panels ever drawn.
Yeah.
And like the story is fantastic, and it's just one of those stories again that like doesn't need a lot of dialogue because is so good at just telling a story through just like still images, and it's like again talking about unadaptable manga, like I could never see a Vagabond anime working.
I do find it funny though because it's stuff like Vagabond and Berserk that always gets put up on like everyone's top best manga of all time.
Yeah.
And I think the formula for making
Is be on hiatus.
No. The formula for making highly acclaimed manga pieces that are viewed as a work of art is just make big burly man discovers violence is bad. Yeah. And then you realize, oh wait, are manga readers looking for a good story or are they looking for a father figure? I don't know.
Shit, man. Why'd you call me out like that?
because
I mean, I love my dad, but I also love Vagabond.
No, same here though, same here. I'm saying this shit out loud, but I'm like, yo, it hits every fucking time though. Every fucking time. Yeah. So Vagabond is very much a similar vibe to Berserk and Vinland Saga, where it's at the beginning, it's Masashi Miyamoto, right? Who he goes on this journey of like becoming a really really good powerful samurai. And when he's younger, it's like his life story. When he's younger, all he really gives a shit about is just becoming stronger, becoming a more powerful samurai. And then the more life experiences he learns, the more he realizes that strength isn't all that's important in life. As with a lot of these other seinen shows. And, it's more about the way the story is presented. It's just like a masterclass of storytelling and character development, similar to something like Berserk and Vinland Saga.
It's impressive that there's 2 stories in the top 3 that can be in the top 3 without needing to end or have an ending.
Yeah. Well, how many of these have not ended? Berserk, Vagabond, One Piece.
Well, One Piece... Will it end? It probably will.
I mean, eventually.
Yeah, it'll end, but it hasn't ended yet. Vinland Saga hasn't ended yet.
It's like almost a very apparent
I'm gonna guess Hunter x Hunter is in here as well.
To the other the anime list, because the anime list you almost have to end for people to start talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. But with manga, you sometimes you can get a vibe of the story, and it can like
the vibe is good enough.
You read Berserk, and even as an incomplete story, it's still really fucking powerful.
I mean, I'm a really believer in that. Sometimes the story doesn't need to be good or make sense or end as long as the vibes are there.
Yeah.
I think as long as the vibe of
You should watch Slice of Life. That's
no.
I don't know, man. The vibes are pretty immaculate in that one.
Everything you just described is you just described
But
an
that's not
entire
the vibe I
genre.
like. I don't like that vibe.
Well, what's
Like
like
it's like when people complained a lot about fucking what was it like Tenet. People were like, what the fuck is Tenet? I was like, I don't give a fuck what Tenet is. It's just fucking cool.
the vibes were sick.
The vibes are off the charts.
I don't think that was so much the vibe.
It was the vibe,
It was like the idea.
which is part of the vibe.
Is it?
Vibe is like a feeling.
Yeah, the feeling of the idea.
You say that about anything.
You say that about anything.
though.
Everything is part of the vibe. Everything is part of the vibe.
No, I don't
Yeah.
think. I don't think everything is part of the
Yeah,
vibe.
of course it is.
That's like saying like, oh, when
when you go to a
Luffy
rest-
ate
so when you go to a
the
restaurant
devil
saying-
fruit, vibe.
It's like going to a restaurant and being like, the interior decor didn't affect my meal at all.
Yeah, but what if
Yeah,
like
but that's
by,
just
by,
pretentious
by,
as
your,
shit.
by your own
But it does.
by your own argument, you could be like, well, the good story is part of the vibe.
Yeah,
and,
it is,
and,
yeah.
and I need a good story.
Yeah.
So what? But like,
Yeah, but like not everything needs to have a reason or make sense.
You're becoming
Yes.
way too like broad with this shit, man. Like,
But that's why I think JoJo is so good, because it's not about does the story make sense? Are the character motivations realistic? Are
Yeah.
these characters? No, it's
No.
about the vibe.
no, but the fact
shut
that,
the fuck up and enjoy the vibe.
but the fact that, especially in Steel Ball Run, there are motivations, there are reasonings to why certain characters are doing.
Well, I
things.
mean,
adds
listen,
to the
what,
vibe.
what I'm trying
why
to say
is-
is your argument makes no sense because vibe.
No, it
could-
does make sense.
Vibe
What are you talking
could
about?
be attributed to anything, but also be attributed to nothing.
Yeah,
that's
you
what
can pick
vibe
and
is.
choose.
Yeah.
You can
yeah,
pick and choose.
exactly.
But it's not what vibe
Yeah.
is.
Yes,
So-
it is. That is exactly what vibe
You're
is.
basically you're posing a discussion that has no
Yeah.
answer.
No, but that's what I think is so important about manga is that
Yeah.
it doesn't have to always wrap up nicely. It doesn't have to have these concrete storylines.
Sure.
Sometimes it can just be about the vibe that you get.
But you can say the same thing about anime.
Oh yeah, you absolutely can. Yeah, but I mean, that's,
So how come it doesn't work in anime?
what do you mean? I didn't say it didn't work in anime.
No, I mean like
did I say
what I mean is like when you said manga doesn't have to do this. You know, sometimes it's about the vibe.
No, but I think it's
Yeah.
more apparent in manga because manga doesn't often end.
You also
Right,
said that
right.
it doesn't need a good story. It doesn't need good art, good characters. Where
Yeah.
where the art, like you could argue that hey, some people's vibes. You know, some people need good story. Some people need X. Some people need Y. Vibes to me are more of just kind of like it's a feeling. You know, it's more
Yeah,
of just like
no,
a
that's what I'm-
feeling.
It's an emotional reaction,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
yeah.
And in terms of at least these top 6, although the emotional reactions may be different, the vibes, quote unquote, may be
To me,
different. They were still
vibe-
very potent.
To me, vibes is attributed to atmosphere. To me,
Hmm.
it's not so much about the writing or the characters. It's the atmosphere and the feeling that a story emanates. The energy. It's the energy.
Oh, and
That's-
Vagabond
Yeah.
emanates the most flawless of atmospheres. Like,
Yes.
I have not read a manga that has more of a perfect atmosphere than Vagabond.
I love the way you just said immaculate vibes in a different way unintentionally.
Immaculate vibes.
It just has the most flawless atmosphere. Like, let me just say that. Let me just coin this term right now.
I'm not going to say immaculate vibes, it's flawless atmosphere.
It is the most flawless atmosphere.
All right, anyway,
Yes.
moving on.
Moving
Read
on.
Vagabond, it's amazing.
Moving on to
One Piece number 4,
One Piece.
not surprised with
Not-
just how much the fan base has grown, especially recently.
I
Yeah,
don't know if it's the vibes that do make One Piece the great story that
it's
it
the
is.
adventure. It's the friends we made along the
Is it the
way.
friends we've made along
Yeah.
the way?
Yeah, I feel like
Totally.
One Piece is. Yeah, I would say One Piece is not a vibes show.
No.
Yeah.
It's a. Yeah, you just
One
follow
Piece
the
is like
adventure. It's
let's
the
fucking
adventure.
go. Yeah, like that
So
kind
you
of
guys
vibe.
starting to come around. You starting to say what I'm saying.
I think.
See what I mean? Like One Piece is not a vibe.
No.
No.
One Piece is like One Piece.
Yeah.
and it's so hard to explain this,
Yeah.
right? Like in the feeling, but
Maybe the adventure is the vibe.
no,
you know?
no, it's not. We all know.
Maybe the adventure is
because
the
like
vibe.
when I say that One Piece,
I'm waiting for that panel in One Piece where Luffy goes, man, this is a vibe.
because when I say vibe, you don't picture like One Piece doesn't fit into like that idea you have in your head of what I mean when I say that, right? Like it's just
No.
different. Yeah, right.
Because it's
We
just
all know
like
that.
it's just like a good fun time, a good fun romp, and that's
Yeah.
like that's fun, that's great, that's amazing to experience, but it's not the vibe.
Yeah.
Vibe needs to be more chill.
doesn't have to always be chill. I don't think it has to be chill.
No,
I think vibe can be cool. It can be exciting. It can be scary. It's vibes everything.
Like just like the aesthetic of like Berserk or something. That's like
Yeah.
a fucking that's metal.
Berserk
as
builds
fuck,
vibes.
Man. That's metal as fuck.
I don't know what it means.
Like
anymore,
Berserk
man.
could make no sense, and I would still probably enjoy Berserk
Right.
just because of the energy. the
Could you do
vibes.
the same with One Piece?
No,
Why not?
because One Piece, without its story that it's carefully constructing, would just be a throwaway Saturday cartoon. If it didn't have the story, the weight that it's been building up for so long,
Yes.
I think it would just default into a episodic, kind of sad.
Is it because it's too
Simpsons
accessible?
esque.
Maybe
Well, no, because it's like I
in terms
think
of like art and like overall like story points and stuff like that.
I don't know if I misconstrued this, but I feel like I feel like you just said if One Piece didn't have a good story, it wouldn't be a good story.
no, as in like. Well, sorry. What was your first question? Let's go back to that.
Okay.
What did you say?
So you said that because Berserk has the vibe,
Yeah.
whatever that might be,
Yeah.
that you would still enjoy reading Berserk even if the story wasn't that good or made no sense.
Yeah, same with but with One Piece, I wouldn't.
But you
I
wouldn't be
now.
able to do that One Piece.
No.
Why is that?
Well, because that's the main strength of One Piece is the story and the world it's like building together.
Well, I would argue a very main point of Berserk is the story.
You could look at Berserk all day and just be like, "Oh hell yeah, this goes hard." You know those posts.
So
where
what
like,
I'm getting, okay. So what I'm getting at is that the vibe is just
Like-
like the art style.
no, because like
No, that's essentially
it's
what you
not.
just said.
No, because also it's like okay, you throw Luffy fighting, you show me like a random panel of One Piece that I haven't read,
Okay.
right? Of like Luffy fighting someone.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Even if it looks kind of cool, I'm like, if I don't know the story behind it or the reasoning, I'm like, eh. But if I see Berserk, I see Guts fucking chopping something in half, and it's like the design's all fucking insane, and like, all the panels are brooding, and I'm like, all right, I'm cool,
Okay,
I'm
then
down.
hypothetical question. If One Piece was drawn by Miura, exact same story points and
You're just
everything,
saying, like, if-
would that
if-
be the vibe?
You're just saying if
Because from what I'm hearing is that you're describing the vibe as like a certain
Yeah, but
type
there
of artwork.
no, absolutely not.
That's exactly
No,
what you're
because-
saying.
Yeah, but that's
Because
like,
you're like, oh, in Berserk, when Guts cuts
Yeah, but
something,
that's
it
like-
looks sick as fuck
but
because
you are
it's
literally
Guts.
saying, hey, the thing that is most notable about this thing, if I take that away, is it going to be worse? Yes. If I add the most notable thing of another show to another thing, am I going to still appreciate that notable? Yes, of course. If you add the Miura art style to anything, it's going to look like a fucking amazing vibe.
Right.
But that's not what makes it the vibe entirely. You know what I mean?
We've
I'm getting really
I
confused.
feel like you guys,
we have
you are
ruined this
trying.
one.
The problem is that you are trying to quantify the vibe. Stop trying to. This is the whole point of the vibe. Is that it isn't one thing. It's how it makes you feel. The whole art.
I think,
No, because
I think-
I feel like you just said One Piece just isn't your vibe.
No, exactly. That's what I've been trying to. But then you guys are like, oh, it's got to be the story. It's got to be no. I'm just saying it doesn't have the vibe for me. That's it. It's not that deep.
I think my new least favorite word is vibe now.
I think we've ruined this.
I think I've ruined the word vibe. for
I feel
myself.
like you guys are getting so hung up on this for no reason.
because
Like, I feel like it makes sense.
your description of vibe just doesn't make sense.
Vibe is an idea. It's not a singular point. I feel like you guys are trying to twist it into something that I'm not saying.
I don't know, man. To me, One Piece can be a vibe.
Yeah, One Piece.
One Piece can totally be a vibe.
Definitely a
Vibe is subjective. I never said it wasn't. It's the vibe for you.
You keep saying that.
It's the vibe.
You keep saying that
It's
like
the
we're supposed
vibe.
to understand what you mean. That's why we're asking these questions, Connor.
It's
It
okay.
sounds like
Uh,
to me that you're reinforcing your point of the vibe by using the word vibe.
It's the vibe. What do you want? I don't understand how you don't get this.
Sake. All right.
You're trying to
okay.
be like, is it the art style? I'm like, no, it's not. And then you're like,
Well, because
it's
I'm
the
trying
art
to
style.
figure out what the
but
hell you're meaning.
I would have said art style if that was what I cared about. I would have said story if it was the story that I cared about. But obviously, if you take the story out of One Piece, it's fucking shit.
So it's everything, basically. Is what you're
Yes,
saying.
why is that so hard to understand? Because the whole point was that the show doesn't have to have this nice little ribbon of ending and being all tied up. It can just be enjoyable for all of the aspects that make the vibe.
I think you can apply that to anything, though. Surely, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like,
Movies, TV shows.
Which is how I first opened up my argument, being like, how Tenet barely makes sense, even if you know what's happening. It still barely makes fucking sense, and half the shit is dumb, but it's all about presenting this vibe that it doesn't have to be said, it doesn't have to be explained. When you watch it, you're like, I feel this. I get this emotion. I get this feeling. Says the word vibe, I just can't take it seriously. I know, but I feel like you guys are trying to make it seem like what I'm saying is absurd.
I'm just trying to figure out where your reasoning for the vibe is.
Well, there it's
like it seems like there's no.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
it's nothing. It's nothing, and all of it. It's I don't understand it. Why you can't get this concept?
I don't think you know what the vibe is.
No, I do. It's like if you've ever watched anything and like felt something.
Yes.
That's what we said like 15 minutes ago.
Yes, and
you
then
guys you disagreed with it.
No, that is not.
Oh my god.
What? Oh my god.
Yeah, let me take a piss.
Okay.
Into my bladder up.
So what about? Wait, no. Question. What about Hold the Night then?
That's pure vibes.
I don't know what that is.
That's
you
pure
have
vibes,
right? Like there's no like you can break down all the aspects, but all as a package, you call it the vibe. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the show which got me thinking because I was like, the story is like kind of.
You understand what I mean by the concept, right? Like, if
no,
something,
I understand what you mean. I understand you.
So then, why were you grilling me and trying to get me to like explain something that was almost unexplainable?
No, because like I understood your original point where you're like, sometimes it's all the vibe that matters, and then
you just start like trying to ask me questions about it, and I'm like, well, obviously, you cannot explain the specifics of it. So trying to like be like, Arya, but like,
I think you can explain the specifics of it. You know, that's why I was questioning you, because like to me, like in order for me to agree that hey, sometimes it's all about the vibe, we both need to agree on what the definition of vibes are, right? That's all I was like trying to like.
But I also think it's okay to be like, yeah, it's different. It's different. What a vibe is to you is different from what a vibe is to me.
Yeah. Which is why I was trying to find a common point of like a common point in our definition of like what do you value and what do you value in your media and what do you value?
It's like when we talked about like you were talking about the manga that Chainsaw Man guy made that had no point to it. It's like having no point. Like that's okay.
Yeah,
stuff can have no point.
Sure,
it can just be. That's
look at every slice of life.
Yeah. Like I guess One Piece could have no point, and it'd be fine. You could enjoy it, but I think for One Piece not so much though, really, because that's kind of everything.
I think it's proved that it has a point very long time ago.
I think every art has a point though.
But then again, this is a whole nother debate of like.
Just stop. Don't complicate this further.
We're going into other dangerous territories, Garnt, where it's like, is art? What is the point of art?
Yeah, now we're discussing like what even is art.
Well, this is.
Are we humans without art?
Yeah.
Is humanity existence without art?
Can art exist without humans?
What?
That's the question. Can art exist without humans?
Of course it can.
No, it can't.
Oh my fucking god, Garnt.
I just proved a point. There you go.
How can it exist without humans?
Have you never like? It's like natural structures or natural beauty. It's like art in a different form.
Yeah, but without humans to appreciate art, how is it art?
So but that means that the definition then of art is something to be appreciated by humans.
Yeah, we invented.
I think that's exactly what we
invented. The whole concept.
I think art exists without us.
What is art then?
Okay, now we're getting into a whole nother.
What is art? Let's discuss.
Same thing. We could turn the tables and say, okay, if you're a human, appreciate it. If I paint a Picasso and no one's around to appreciate it, is it art?
Yeah.
Well, because you're there to appreciate it.
Okay. What if I finish my Picasso and die immediately on the spot and nobody ever finds it? Did I make art?
Okay. To me, let me define my definition. Process. To me, art is like meaning, right? It might be emotions, but like we give meaning towards the like fucking Mike Wazowski or something like that. Yeah, this gives us some kind of meaning or some kind of emotional reaction. But without humans to give this thing meaning, this is just
a lump of matter.
This is just a lump of matter, lump of atoms.
This is why we make fun of people that get art degrees. And this is why we need them.
Yeah. The question we're posing right now, art degree students spend 4 years trying to figure out. all love to art degree
the same
people.
Things I feel when I see some sick artwork are the same things I feel when I see like an insane, beautiful piece of nature.
Yeah.
It evokes the same emotions.
Yeah, okay, but if humans weren't there, right? Yeah. for you to make that
But the art exists
assumption,
without me.
would that mountain that you deem as art be still viewed as art? I don't think so. It would just be a mountain.
It'd still be a mountain, but it still wouldn't mean that it doesn't hold the beauty of art.
I think the beauty of art comes from the fact that someone has observed it to be a beauty of art.
This is where we're going to have to move on because this is otherwise going to become an unwatchable episode.
All right. So number 5, Monster.
How long do we fucking waste talking about this?
This is what happens when we, instead of talking about anime, we talk about manga. And this is why every manga reader is the most insufferable piece of shit I've ever met in my life, man.
I am
just trying to argue.
Joey,
the vibes.
I'm just gonna say, boys, I have thoroughly enjoyed this episode so far. This is what I would do off camera.
We talk about anime and it's just like he fucking funny memes. Let's clown on Jujutsu Kaisen fan base, and we talk about manga and it's like,
what is art?
What is art? Well, my definition of art is this, and this is why this manga.
I'm having a great time.
Here's
boys.
how we settle this debate once and for all. Google what is art. What is the concept of art?
Because then it's gonna open
whatever
up.
the top Google is, we agree.
Then it's gonna open up to like fucking. Okay, art, the expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form such as painting or sculpture, producing works to be appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional power.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So, to answer your question, no, art would not
I
exist
guess
without
you guys
humans.
are right because Google said so.
Yeah. And Google is always right.
No, art's beyond that. You know, you can you don't get gaslight.
No, it's fine,
don't
man,
get
it's
gaslit
fine.
by
I mean, I'll
Google,
let the computer tell me what's right.
You free think for yourself, Connor. That's what art's all about.
Yeah,
you know,
true.
it's not about one interpretation, one meaning, one expression. It's about your own.
I don't want to Google
definition.
what is vibes. I don't want to.
No,
I don't want to Google what is vibes.
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
We're only 4 manga into this list.
How many minutes have you been recording for? Like an hour.
40 minutes.
Oh,
40
my Lord.
minutes.
All right. All right, next one.
Next one.
Number 5 is Monster. 100% agree. I'm surprised it's this high up.
Why? It's
Vibe.
I mean, I need you to shut
I
up.
can already see the discourse of this. This is what always happens when we have these discussions. It'll be like, yeah, I agree with Connor. I wish you didn't say it dumb. I'll be like, nah, but Garnt's got a point though. And then it'll be like this endless discussion. Point being, yeah, Monster's great.
Monster's amazing.
A real vibe, if I do say so myself.
You know what? Gonna have to agree with you there.
I can't explain it. Why? There's
no, I can explain it.
There's no other
How long
universe.
has this been here?
What is that?
Water.
Probably a long time.
Oh, like weeks.
This tasted funny.
Why did you drink
Why
the
did you
water
drink
that's
it?
been there
You
for
have
weeks?
water right there.
Yeah, you literally have this
I
water.
Don't know why this is here.
That's like
Probably the cockroach fed on it.
Oh, don't fucking say that.
that's like a couple of week old stagnant water, bro.
Why would you drink?
I thought, I don't know,
Why would you drink?
I honestly wasn't thinking, okay?
That's what you said when you were talking about the vibes too. You weren't thinking, Garnt. You couldn't comprehend it.
I was
Go drink your
thirsty.
stale water.
I was thirsty. We were deep in discussion. I had a cup in my hand.
You have a giant
thing of water
I
right
wasn't
there.
thinking, okay?
You never think, Garnt. That's why these episodes suck, because you never think, Garnt.
Connor, maybe
I'm talking to a fucking wall here.
So yeah, Monster's great.
Johan on paper, not scary.
What?
If you told me that there was a 18-year-old German
Oh, you mean in
asshole,
theory?
Yeah, like I'd be like,
on paper, I thought you meant in the
I'd
manga.
be like, nah, I'd win. Like if I heard like an 18-year-old kid go, oh, and I'm going to track you down and make your life hell. I'd be like, all right, okay, all right.
Is he German?
No, but he's called Johan. But
Oh, yes,
but
'cause
he is-
every Johan in the world is German.
from the Czech Republic or something.
Yes. Dr. Johan, Dr. Liebert, I'm going to track you down.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so really swag.
Monster is swag.
No, it's one of my favorite anime of all time.
Yeah.
I've never read the manga though. How does it hold up to the anime? I heard the anime was very faithful.
It was
Oh,
very,
yeah.
very faithful.
It's one of the few times where I think the anime is honestly on par with the manga.
You feel like it's normally the manga's always better?
Usually one is better than the other.
Joey, of course.
No.
I just wanted to say it.
I'm not even saying that. Usually it's one or the other. Usually it's like
didn't
people are
take the
just
bet.
like, yeah, manga's way better or anime's way better, right? Because there's the examples of both. But in the case with Monster, honestly, I would say it's like pretty on par.
Joey's capping because every time I talk to you, Joey, you're like, the manga was better.
I mean, to be fair,
very-
they made what, 70 episodes out of 18 volumes?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
quite a
I mean, look,
fucking-
honestly, like 90% of the time, yes, the manga is better. But
All right,
there are instances where the anime is infinitely better.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
get Lucky
yeah.
Star or K-On! The anime was way fucking better than the
You
manga.
can't just say Lucky Star.
The
and
manga was
K-On!
shit.
That doesn't count. They're like 4 Coma mangas, Joey. Of course the anime is going to be better.
Again, that's why I said the 10%
Could have
where the
said
anime is
something
better
with
is
an
the
actual
Yonkoma
plot
shit.
and an actual like adaptation of like a complex plot rather than just like a 4 Coma like slice of life gag manga or whatever.
Yeah, in
You
that
know?
case, the manga's better.
Oh my god. This has been such a weird episode so far. What are we talking about? Monster.
Monster.
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, Urasawa goaded.
Urasawa goaded. Wish 20th Century Boys was here.
Yeah,
'cause
honestly.
that is my favorite one. But Monster's a much simpler story. So
And then we have
For
Slam.
simpletons who can't understand.
And then we have Slam Dunk. Thank God, best sports manga ever written.
I've read nearly half, and not much has happened so far.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I feel like, how much have I read of it? I've read a lot, and we're still in like the first practice match.
it's about the vibes, isn't it?
It is about the vibe.
This is vibes, 100%.
Oh, so you understand now, huh?
It's the art.
It's the art.
okay,
It's
okay.
Inoue, bro. Like
Yeah.
he's a
Okay.
vibe master,
Okay.
the master of vibes.
Oh, yeah, I gotta actually. I don't know where I'm at with it. I should have a look before I start talking shit.
Yeah, but I'm glad the rest of the internet agrees, or at least my anime list agrees, that Slam Dunk is one of the best sports manga ever written. Although I will say, I think Hajime no Ippo should also be. Maybe it is up here. I don't know, but
Oh no, I lied.
Slam Dunk is incredible.
I'm like
Please read
1/5
it.
through it.
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
well that makes more
We're
sense.
still on like the first thing. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
But I mean, even so, I think Slam Dunk, classic for a reason, and I think it stood the test of time.
Yep.
Yeah.
It single-handedly brought basketball culture to Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I can every single time I talk to a salaryman, they always bring up this manga.
Oh yeah, it's
Talk about
incredible.
Manga and anime.
So,
it always
so
comes
good.
up. This is I just fake my knowledge of basketball whenever they ask me about it. I mean, yeah, I love basketball. Love it.
I mean, I
I
guarantee.
love home runs.
I'm guarantee.
Huge fan of those.
I guarantee the majority of those salarymen got all their basketball knowledge from Slam
Yeah,
Dunk.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Vinland Saga?
Let's go down this list and see if there's anything we don't agree with.
Okay.
Because
Vinland Saga-
this so far.
Grand Blue
What the heck?
over Oyasumi Punpun?
Wait, what is Grand Blue?
That's a comedy manga.
I mean, look, Grand Blue's great. I love Grand Blue, but I'm just shocked it's in the top 10.
This is always my biggest shock because Grand Blue is like constantly near the top of everyone's top rated.
yeah.
It's good.
It's funny.
It's not like Oyasumi Punpun Kingdom good.
No,
You know?
no. I would definitely not put it above Kingdom or Oyasumi Punpun.
Yeah, which is very, very confusing. Did you see the anime of this one at all? It's one with the
No.
divers where they like drink.
Yeah, it's basically set in like a university where they're in a diving club.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that already sounds like I don't want to watch it.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
Okay.
It's generally one of
so
the
funny.
funniest.
Okay, that's good. That's
manga.
good.
Yeah,
that I've
very,
read.
very funny.
Yeah, I don't really touch comedy, anime, or manga, honestly.
Not
Pretty
your
much
vibe.
Golden Boy, right?
Kind of Golden Boy, that was a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I don't blame you because there
also,
are
that's like really, it's like funny, but also I can recognize it. It'd be like, it's kind of childish.
Yeah,
But
there
it's-
are a lot of misses in the comedy world, I think. But Grand Blue was fucking hilarious, so good,
Yeah.
and the art is really goddamn good too for a comedy manga.
Yeah.
But I'm just shocked it's at number 9
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
above Punpun. That's crazy.
Houseki no Kuni?
That's Land of Lustrous.
Do you remember
oh.
the Crystal Girls?
Yeah,
Or
I
not-
know,
not
I know
Girls.
Land of Lustrous. Yeah.
Yeah, this manga's always been really, really highly rated. I haven't read it though.
I haven't read it
I've
either.
only watched Studio Orange's adaptation of it.
Same.
So, and they did a fucking banger adaptation as well. But yeah, going down number 14. This man is like taking.
Oh my god,
over.
Inoue just
Inoue is just got
Another
a stranglehold on
Did
this.
he finish this one?
no. This is on hiatus. This is
When is he going to finish something?
He finished Slam Dunk and he was
Okay.
like, all right, my job here is
What
done.
the heck, man? Wrap it up, bro. Wrap it up.
Real is also so good though.
What is it about?
This one's about wheelchair basketball.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so I think the story is like Inoue watched the Paralympics one year and saw the wheelchair basketball and just completely got infatuated into the culture and then realized like, well, I've already done a basketball one. I know enough about basketball culture, so he made one about wheelchair basketball, and it is, I would say it's on par with Slam Dunk. It's amazing sports manga. But yeah, he never finished it. It's on like permanent hiatus, I think, right now. Because then he started off Vagabond.
God, and then he didn't finish that.
And he didn't finish that one either.
Come on, you gotta start wrapping things up. Come on, just write one chapter.
And then
like,
number
that's over.
15 is probably the most classic one out of the bunch. Ashita no
I didn't
Jo.
realize how old this manga is.
Yeah.
1968.
Yeah.
Was this the first sports manga?
One of the first popular sports manga, yes.
Okay.
Is Ashita no Jo.
Because
So-
I only know Ashita no Jo basically as like the OG sports manga.
Yep.
And it's a boxing manga.
Yeah. Hajime no Ippo took a lot of inspiration from, I believe.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
so
classic here in Japan. I don't know
yeah.
how good it actually is.
again, which is why I'm surprised it's this high up. Because I wouldn't expect a lot of like people outside of Japan to like go back that far to like read something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Kaguya-sama number 16.
I'm surprised that has more members reading it than 20th Century Boys.
Why?
I don't know. I just kind of thought that 20th Century Boys, everyone always talks about it as like being the goat.
Well,
And that has more members.
But I think Kaguya-sama though again got that massive push
the-
from the anime.
True.
yeah,
Whereas-
20th Century Boys is a manga for like manga
It's a
purists.
manga.
It's a manga.
It's a manga.
It's the most
It's-
manga of all time.
it's like-
Purists. What does that mean? Like they're like tinkering away in a basement, being like my pure manga,
My
not
pure
not
manga.
tainted by any Western ideals,
I don't know because there are a lot of like
love.
there are a lot of people who read manga just simply because there's an anime out there
Yeah.
and they're like, well, I just
It's
want to
like
find out what
it's
happens.
like not pure anymore. I think it's been tainted by anime adaptations.
They're mudbloods.
Watch out, the normies are coming!
They're fans from the anime.
But so if you think about it, like, yeah, Kaguya-sama has more members because
Yeah.
again, it got that push from a great adaptation.
Yeah, and it's a very popular adaptation as well.
And so to think that 20th Century Boys has that many members with no anime push is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Yeah.
Because it's goated. It's great.
Yeah, and
Probably
Yotsuba?
all of Gantz.
Yotsuba, this one has always been highly ranked. I like it personally. So made by the same person who made Azumanga Daioh,
Oh, cool.
I believe. It's great. Like probably one of the
What is it?
slice of life.
Okay.
Essentially.
I always see that girl everywhere, and I'm like,
Yep.
I don't,
It's basically if you took the vibe of Azumanga Daioh and toned down like the absurd comedy just slightly,
yeah.
and added more of a slice of life element.
Okay.
But yeah, it's very wholesome, very cute manga.
Yeah.
That's like, I don't know. I've always been interested as to why
still
it is
going.
so popular. Yeah, it's still going.
It's the manga that everyone gets recommended when learning Japanese. Their first.
Oh. Actually, that makes sense because the majority of the manga is told from the perspective of the kid, Yotsuba.
Right.
Who is like
shit.
under the age of 10, I
Gotta
believe.
pick this up.
So yeah, if you want to learn Japanese, read Yotsubato.
Read Yotsuba. But
Yeah.
if you want to be a fucking Giga Chad, read GTO. One of
Yeah,
my
I still gotta
personal.
watch.
Amazing.
I still gotta watch or read. This.
You probably should read it.
Read
The anime is very, very dated now.
Ah.
So the anime came out in like 2000 or something like that, and it looks like it came out in 1995.
But goddamn, that opening though.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
The opening is a classic.
What the heck is Umineko no Naku Koro ni Chiru?
So Umineko no Naku Koro ni is created by the same guy who made Higurashi. And it's technically like set in the same
Episode
universe.
8, Twilight of the Golden Witch.
Yeah, I've never read this one. I've
the
I've read the vanilla Umineko no Naku Koro ni.
Yeah.
I've never read this one, but I guess
Shall we move over to the most popular? I'm
'cause
interested.
we're getting into like the artsy kind of.
yeah.
yeah.
If they were
Because
Oscars.
I pretty much agree with. I pretty much agree that every one of these titles here deserves to be up there. They're there for a
Haikyuu.
reason. Yeah, Haikyuu.
Wow.
Haikyuu is fucking great.
I mean,
I don't know. Haikyuu's always been great. to me.
I've never read it all.
I
need to
watched
get on it.
and got bored.
Really?
How far did you get?
Right near the end of season 2.
Oh,
And I was like, why is this match so long? Why is it taking so
Isn't
fucking
season 3
it's
long?
like-
about the characters, Connor. It's about the
Bro.
characters.
Isn't
Yeah, but the vibe wasn't there for me.
isn't season 3 just like one match?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's great. Season 3.
I've never watched any of
See,
it.
I mean that's fine, but I don't like that. That's fine. That's cool that you like that, but I don't. So,
All right, let's look at the other list.
It was a vibe. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's
Corey.
fair
It was a
enough.
vibe.
And I respect your opinion on that.
So we're
All right,
looking
let's
at
go
most
to
popular.
Most popular.
Wait. First of all, number 1. Oh fuck.
What?
Wait, it's Berserk is still the most. Okay. Wow.
What's up?
That's top manga, not most popular.
Yeah, let's go to most
Okay,
popular.
wait, hold on. Before you click it. What's the most popular?
Well, I just saw it. It's Berserk.
Sorry, it's
Wait, is
Berserk.
it really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Yeah, so go to most popular, go.
This is a vibe.
Yeah, it's Berserk.
And I can definitely see why. Like I said, Berserk is the manga that gets
Okay.
people into manga.
So what I'm taking away from this is popularity equals good. Yes. Number one, all round.
yes,
Most popular, the best show.
yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 2, Shingeki no Kyojin. Obviously,
Wow,
that's
I'm actually-
popular and
Whoa.
good.
Well, I'm surprised that it's got more members than One Piece.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Amongst like Mao users,
Mangas.
like if this was actually how popular manga is, right now Jujutsu Kaisen and One Piece would be towering above everyone
true. Yeah.
globally right now. Along with like Demon Slayer and all that shit.
Tokyo Ghoul is number
I would like to say Tokyo Ghoul
What?
at number 5.
That's
most
wild.
popular.
That's wild.
I'm
actually
kind of
wild.
like, this list is kind of whack.
How big was Tumblr back in the day? What?
Okay, so
What?
like, I'm also shocked about in that sense that Chainsaw Man is so high up, given that its success was only recent. Really?
No,
I'm not.
I'm not surprised
not.
because I think nowadays when you're talking about great manga, I feel Chainsaw Man gets brought up way more often than not.
Do you not remember when the Chainsaw Man anime adaptation, like when that got announced, they got way more hype than when Jujutsu Kaisen first launched?
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
Jujutsu Kaisen was just like, everyone was like, oh, what's this new shonen anime thing? And everyone was talking about Chainsaw Man when
Yeah.
they came out
Yeah.
or got announced. And the reason for that is because everyone loved the manga of Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man was already goated from the manga stage.
Yeah. And the hype came from the manga, whereas Jujutsu Kaisen, it was more of like, it was an explosive growth, but it didn't come until like about like 12, 13. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
episodes
mean,
in.
that's quite an impressive feat to be nearly basically as popular as One Piece by this metric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
kind of insane.
I
to
mean,
Yeah, because there's quite a bit of a jump between Chainsaw Man and Tokyo Ghoul.
just because
Yeah.
it makes me think that, like, I wonder how, like I was saying at the very right at the start, how the type of users that normally use Mal, how that affects how the popularities and the rankings
Yeah.
stack up.
Yeah.
Solo leveling at number 6. I'm also kind of
what the
surprised by
fuck?
that.
What the fuck?
I think again, this
That's
is
What
kinda
the fuck?
wild.
Is-
That's kind of
wouldn't this be also a push from the anime adaptation?
no. I don't think so.
No? I mean, I knew
You could,
Solo
probably,
Leveling.
you could probably go way back. Actually, yeah. Check this link in Wayback Machine.
Because I knew Solo Leveling was always in the manhwa world, has always been like one of the more popular picks or the
Yeah.
one that's more talked about. But I feel like a lot of people might have gotten onto the manhwa who maybe previously never read any manhwa because of the recent anime.
I mean, we can straight up just look now.
Yeah, I don't know.
That'll be a Wayback Machine.
I-
we can just go
I-
back.
I
when
think-
did it start? I just go to 2023 sometime.
I think the anime got adapted because it was so popular.
Yeah, any of
because
them.
otherwise, why would it?
just click any of those blue things.
Why would
then click the-
why would they start
the
adapting
number.
manhwa?
That's
Right.
true.
So we can actually tell.
Yeah, we can actually tell like
Someone-
worldwide.
Okay, hold up.
Hold up, it's cooking. It's cooking. Temporarily.
Yeah, submit.
the
restricting
heck?
site.
Submit that you're not a bot.
Click it. Click the. Oh, yeah. No, you had it.
No, you had it.
Yeah.
You had it. You just had to click submit. You just submit to your overlord.
Yeah.
Submit.
Let's see what it says. Oh no, it might
letting
it
you
might
do
not.
it.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
well, it's not gonna
it's like a Wayback Machine, so maybe that's
Fuck,
just
this
part of the
sucks.
coding.
Try
Try the next one. Are you watching Solo Leveling right now?
I have not heard great things.
Well, it's only episode 7.5 that.
Well,
was like
I
the
heard
big,
that
like
like everyone was like super pumped, and then they had like episode 4 or something that was like a wash.
Oh,
and then
was it?
Apparently, it was something like it was like a nothing episode. It was a filler episode.
I think I've.
Oh no, it was like episode 7, I think.
Solo
Something.
Leveling's
People
still
were
number
pissed
8.
off. Yeah, it's still number 8,
Yeah,
but
still
it's
number-
climbed to how many favorites in the past year? It's
So
gained
it's
quite a lot.
411,000 members as opposed to 482,000.
I mean, the anime's
members.
definitely helped.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But I heard the anime is people aren't happy with it. I don't know if I'm crazy. I saw a lot of criticism. I didn't see. A
I
lot
mean,
of good
people
things.
weren't happy with it because there was a recap episode at like episode
That's
7.
crazy.
episode
Yeah.
7.5.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's like what?
Yeah. So it became the lowest rated anime episode on Crunchyroll in the history of Crunchyroll,
That's fucking wild.
which is-
That is a crazy move to
which
do
is
that.
Yeah.
wild. But I'm also flabbergasted that it is this high up and this highly rated as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8.67 higher than
8.67 is a very, very high rating, and it's it's
I've never read the original manga, so I don't know.
it is got it's like the Demon Slayer of the manga world, where it's
that's such a slight. That's so dirty.
I mean,
to call something that.
it has got amazing
That's a
fucking
haymaker right
art and amazing action scenes and gets you hype like no end. I cannot remember any of the character names.
Is it the finer details that are a little bit whatever, or
This is one step away from being a power fantasy isekai.
you lost me?
Look, let me break
it's
break it down to you.
Mid?
I don't think it's mid. Mid, like
Too harsh.
Maybe
Too harsh.
Mid is-
overrated slightly.
I think it's slightly overrated.
Okay, okay.
Because a lot of people they're like, "Yo, solo leveling, it's fucking gas," and I'm like, okay, yes, it has got amazing action scenes, amazing art. I don't know what else, like what other original things it brings to the table, or what else it like excels at. Because I've recently got into like a lot of manhwa, and I feel like a lot of manhwa get a pass just because the level of quality in writing in manhwa is just so much worse than what you'd find in anime.
Right.
A lot of it is like very trashy power fantasy stuff.
Sure.
And solo leveling stands out just because, you know, it's still very much a power fantasy story, but it does one thing really well, and that's get you fucking hype.
Yeah.
But break it down
Yeah.
further.
You know what gets me hyped? A recap episode. Nothing gets me more rock solid.
I need to see this story again.
That's like being halfway through a course at a restaurant and being like, let's all just talk about the food that we had.
Yeah.
real quick, shall we?
Let's come together and recap.
Let's all have a recap of the food and say our highlights and lowlights. And it's like, bro, we still got 4 more courses.
Yeah.
Which is the thing, like have you seen a lot of people talking about the solo leveling adaptation?
Only bad things.
It's yeah.
I've heard a lot of
I've
people be
heard.
like, they
I've heard the
fought-
controversial things.
I've heard people be like, yeah, I'm kind of falling out of it. I'm not really into it anymore.
Yeah, I think it's because I've said this before, but like if solo leveling was to get like an adaptation to live up to its original manhwa, it would need to be like Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 level of animation
Oh, Lord.
Right.
for it to like get the same levels of hype. And having watched the first like 7 episodes of solo leveling, it's good. Like it's not bad animation. It's still like pretty damn good animation, but it's not like holy shit. Like I got it. Like this is one of the best things I've ever seen. Levels of animation, and I think that is really making people aware of everything else that the story is bringing, which is not as much as other contemporaries on this list. So
One Punch Man.
One Punch Man.
That's a vibe. That is actually a vibe.
What's the vibe? Hype?
Just fucking cool.
I think you're just a simp to Murata Yusuke. Bro.
I am. Yeah.
I think anything Murata Yusuke draws is a vibe.
I mean, because like in a weird sense, One Punch Man, we have the original version. which is
the web manga
Yeah,
version.
the web manga, which is great. But you know, to me, I don't find that as engaging. And I think, but the comedy aspect's still there.
Yeah.
It just gets elevated so much by the amazing art style.
Yeah.
Which accumulates into making a great vibe.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
One Punch Man has some of the hardest fucking panels I've ever seen in the medium.
Yep.
Here's the thread of manga panels that go hard.
Yeah.
It's just
And
all
it's always a One
it's just
Punch Man panel.
Always One Punch
Fucking
Man.
hate those threads.
So yeah, this also definitely deserves to be up there as well.
Also, biggest W so far, Oyasumi Punpun above Boku no Hero Academia.
I cannot believe that Oyasumi Punpun is the 8th most popular manga. I knew it was one of the greatest. I have not read it, obviously, but I know obviously what everyone says it's considered one of the greats. But didn't know it was one of the most popular as well.
Again, I think it kind of gets the same treatment as Chainsaw Man in the sense that when people discuss great manga that haven't gotten adaptations yet, you know, at least Chainsaw Man at the time. Like, Oyasumi Punpun is just one of those manga that always gets brought up in like the goats of manga. So I think it's purely just from like word of mouth in the community.
It's one of those stories that you've heard people talk about. You might not have read it, but you've heard if you have an interest in manga, you've heard people talk about it. Whereas Boku no Hero Academia, you're like, this is
I refuse to call it that. It has an English name. I'll use the English one. I'm still pissed off at Mal they do this.
My Hero Academia, which how highly is this rated? My Hero Academia, go down.
8.06.
8.06. And Kimetsu no Yaiba just below it. Is Jujutsu Kaisen going to be in number 11? Oh, okay.
Oh, Naruto's above it.
Close. Yo.
Yeah, but you know, when we check in next week.
When we check in
it'll
next
be in the
week.
top 10.
Yeah. So we have all of the recent shonen mega hits right there, slap down, right next to each other.
That's crazy to think that My Hero Academia has more readers than the Naruto manga. But I guess Naruto was so TV heavy, at least in Western perspectives.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, it's only recently that manga has gotten more popular.
I mean,
in the international field, because
you've been around for a while in the anime.
Yeah,
what was it like way back when, Grandpa Garnt?
What was it like way back when? You'd have way more people watching and talking about anime, but it felt like when people talking about manga was very few and far between.
Right.
And now there seems to be way more of like a manga kind of field where a lot of people would just purely read manga. But before, it felt like there were only a few people who like purely really loved manga as like an art form and just like dedicated to actually finding hidden gems in manga. And the majority was people just reading manga just to catch up to their latest anime.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you felt the same thing, Joey.
That's how you get manga pilled. Your show doesn't finish or doesn't end. You're like,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no, I totally agree with what you just said. Because you know, when I was first starting off, like, I always made it a mission just personally to be like, there's so much fucking manga out there that nobody is talking about that should be discussed more in the broader anime community.
Yeah,
maybe not that. That gets enough videos. We don't need any more Jujutsu Kaisen videos. But like, you know, there's so much out there that is probably never going to get noticed otherwise. Why not talk about those series, because they're just as great, if not better, than a lot of shows out there.
What about the alternative timeline where we had the Manga Man instead of the Anime Man?
No,
do you think you would be as successful?
Honestly,
today?
I think
no,
absolutely not.
I remember for the longest time it was like impossible to make a video on manga and get views for it.
Yeah,
really.
I mean, in the past, I've made videos on like singular manga series. They got no views at all.
Yeah, like I think a big thing was. This was back when anime reviews were like the peak content in like the anime field. Manga, there was just no way to talk about manga and make it look visually interesting.
Yeah.
And so you would just never get views for it at all. And then, like in this day and age, I feel like because there is more of a dedicated fan base of manga readers, you can more comfortably get views talking about some unknown manga. But before, it was like fucking nigh on impossible.
Yeah.
No matter, like, even if you made a video on like a manga like Oyasumi Punpun or Berserk, unless it had like a high profile anime tied to it,
no one would care about it.
Your video just wouldn't get views at all.
Damn.
Which is why the only manga YouTubers way back when were like, or
Naruto.
like the Naruto or One Piece or Bleach.
The chapter reviews.
Doing like chapter reviews. Yeah.
But you never see like a fucking chapter review of like Oyasumi Punpun back in the day. Like that just would not have ever happened.
What's below Jujutsu Kaisen?
Death Note.
Wow, okay.
And then Bleach and then Vagabond.
Horimiya!
That's the most popular romance manga then, I guess, right?
Oh, I thought manga readers a good taste, man. Fuck.
Bro, I like how mine and yours like reading speeds are like exactly the same.
Why?
Yeah,
This
wow.
is the
Wait, Horimiya is more popular than Kaguya-sama?
Yeah, it would seem so.
Wait,
And
did
the-
it?
more popular than Vinland Saga.
Wait.
And Hunter x Hunter? Wait,
What?
that's so
Okay. Now that we've gone past the shonen mega hits, now we have some very, very interesting things. Promised Neverland, was that popular?
Yeah.
In Japan, it was mega popular.
Yeah, but this is Western.
Yeah, but even then, I think just the manga. Well, I mean, obviously the anime ruined it for everyone, but like in terms,
But I think
of
the manga is the anime is what really catalyzed the.
But that's the
following.
thing. I think what happened was this was a classic example of, Shonen Jump manga that got, started to get really big in the manga community because it was just so different from anything that was coming out at the time. Gets an anime adaptation. Season 1, pretty decent. Got a lot of new people to like know the name.
Yeah.
And then season 2, being the biggest fuck up in recent history, forced a lot of people to go and read the manga.
You reckon that's like the manga's like grand plan? He's like,
Maybe.
all right, guys, I really think in this anime adaptation.
Yeah, the creator was just like, all right, last episode of season 2, just make it a PowerPoint. Get people to come and read my manga.
You need one good season.
Like, I wrote this story, but I was thinking like we just throw it out for this
Because
episode.
I think Promised Neverland, I don't know if this is still true or not. I think it's like, at one point, it was like in the top 5 most sold manga ever.
Yeah, it was
something.
the level of
Oh,
popularity
shit.
it had near the end of its run.
Yeah, it was
insane.
insanely popular. It
it
sold
fell off,
so
though.
incredibly well.
I went to the museum, the exhibition.
Oh, really?
It was like really weird. It was there was a lot of people
Oh yeah, like the fan base
This was
that this
during,
manga,
right as it was ending.
yeah, the fan
It was
base that
huge.
this
It was
manga
huge.
generated
Yeah.
was insane.
I mean, the last arc of Promised Neverland was.
Yeah, 8th best-selling manga in 2018.
Wow,
which I
okay.
think in that year
It was the 4th best-selling manga in 2019.
Yeah, I think in one of these years it actually outsold One Piece.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I remember.
I don't believe.
I
that,
remember
Joey.
seeing it. It was like it was that, or it was like really fucking close, which is like insane considering that this is a relatively new show.
Dude, you know what's so funny?
Only few like. Only very few mangas outsold One Piece in the year. Yeah.
You know what's really fucking annoying? I keep getting fucking spoiled for One Piece. Everywhere. I go to the Konbini. They've got the fucking volume on the fucking place where I pay, like the desk.
Yeah.
They're showing me the characters. I'm like, what the fuck is this, bro? What the heck? It's everywhere.
I've been struggling with that for years
everywhere.
Well, you got to catch up then,
I
man.
know,
You got to
I know.
catch up, man.
Spy Family. I saw a really funny post that was like, the guy was like, yeah, I don't really want to draw Anya or something.
Really?
It was or he didn't want to. It was either he didn't want to do a spy. Can you Google this? It was like author says something about Anya. It was like he didn't want to do the spies or he didn't want to draw.
The spies.
Like he didn't actually want to draw about like spies. Or something.
Yeah.
It was something really weird. It was like what?
We are rebranding to just family.
Yeah. That's what it like read like. Yeah. So the first one.
Spy Family creator doesn't like Anya or the rest of the cast.
Yeah. I was like, he's kind of the goat. For
I
that.
gave up on what I originally wanted to draw.
Yeah, I read this thing. I was like, this
Whoa.
is so sad.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Tatsuya Endo admits he feels no attachment to Anya or the Forger family because they were never what he wanted to draw,
He's so
but
real
what the
because
world
I
wanted
felt
to
the
see.
same way towards the family. I could tell the vibes were not there. He didn't care about them. I don't care about the fucking family. They suck. It's boring. It's not Spy X Family. Fucking Fake Taxi has more plot depth than this fucking show.
Yeah,
Nothing
but
fucking happens.
it's like a.
Do you mean Odd Taxi?
No, Fake Taxi.
That one.
I mean Fake Taxi, Joe.
Okay.
Did I stutter when I said Fake Taxi? No.
I mean, Spy Family is just a nice, wholesome package.
I disagree.
Not gonna lie.
It's propaganda for Japanese people to have families, and I won't stand for it.
Bro, they're not even a real family, man.
Clearly it's
Shame
working.
their daughter.
They're like, look, listen, we know you don't want to have pregnancy. Like, you could have a kid. It's pretty good. Come on.
Is this like government propaganda for like foster parents to like start coming out?
Propaganda for them to have kids without fucking somehow. I don't know how they do it.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's actually like really sad. Reading it. It was kind of like he was just kind of like, yeah, just follow. I had to do it. Yeah. What's the? Can you zoom in?
Yeah.
What
Wait.
is?
You don't know the hotkey? You're killing me, Kai. I gave him what I originally wanted to draw and drew what the world wants to see, not myself. So I have no attachment to the characters.
Admits that he tried to please his editor, who kept telling him that the manga that succeeded combined cool characters with cute ones. So he changed the design of Lloyd and Anya until he convinced him. So yeah, basically, it's essentially just like the magazine's work.
The editors
I mean, it's a mega hit.
The editors knew what was going to do well.
Yeah.
He
looks so displeased.
So displeased in that image. He's like, yep, that's my manga.
I mean, I still think it's a pretty good title. It's
I'm a hater now.
You're a hater?
When that came out, I'm on Dio.
Not gonna lie, I got
definitely the author, man. You know, as long as you get something out of it.
Not gonna lie, I got really bored of it.
By the way,
that's the
when I
thing.
say I'm a hater, I'm not a hater in that. I'm a hater for him. I'm like, whatever he says, I'm like, you go, King. You've proven to me you're the goat.
But the way I view Spy Family is the same way I view like any slice of life, where it's just a consistent experience. You know,
because I felt like they tricked me into watching a slice of life.
That's the entire
and
point.
I was like, God damn it, no.
Yeah, I mean, to me, Spy Family feels more like a slice of life where I get spice of life. That's domestic girlfriend. No, where I just get a consistent feeling. If I wanted to feel good, you know, I put on Spy Family. But I'm not expecting it to like blow my mind off with like an amazing plot line or everything like that.
Yeah.
Especially after, you know what Didus calls Anya? She calls her a minion, and after he said that, I can't unsee it.
She's just a minion.
She's a minion, bro.
She's Japan's minion.
She's pink-haired minion.
Yeah. She's Japan's answer to being a minion.
She is a minion.
God.
The only thing that separates.
And we've seen how popular minions are in this country.
Exactly. There's a reason for that.
She is a minion.
Shit.
And the fact that, as I've ranted many times before, Yor is just the most like bland, boring character of all time that does nothing.
But it doesn't matter because she's hot.
Exactly.
she pops off in season 2. She does.
Oh, great! She gets one pop off. Get back to the kitchen now. Yor. Sorry, that's what it feels like watching the show. It's like you're gonna be a mum now. Fuck off. Oh, remember when you're like the world's best assassin? Forget it. Sandwiches need to be made.
Yeah.
Awful.
Show me more of your
I don't like
that's
this.
my favorite part of the season 2, where there's an arc where she like kills 100 people, and I'm just like, okay, now we're actually getting somewhere. Now we're fucking getting somewhere.
I feel that was the editor being like, all right, you get one chapter.
All right, you can do your thing.
You get one chapter to do what you want.
The main part when I feel like I checked out was the whole introduction of his brother being in love with him, with Yor. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Why can't we not fuck our brothers and sisters for once? I know the Bible says love thy neighbor, but my goodness, not literally.
That's why I kept reading.
Yeah, true. That's what I thought I was at. They brought me back in. God's like preschool arc. Incest arc.
It's like slice of life, spice of life. Oh my god! All right, let's go back to the list.
Moving down.
I'm super. I just think like
Tokyo Ghoul 3 is 21
above Hunter x Hunter.
I know.
What is this?
Okay. It's just something. I'm just so happy that Fairy Tail has by far the lowest ranking we've seen of any of these popular ones.
I mean, justified.
Man, people really.
I'm a Fairy Tail hater.
Yeah, people really don't like it.
Yeah, because shit.
Yeah, well, there you go. What's Koe no Katachi?
Silent Voice.
Silent Voice, which is an amazing manga.
God damn it, Mal, using the Japanese.
Amazing manga.
Yeah.
So good. Kaguya-sama.
Most popular though?
I mean,
is it that respected in the manga field?
In the manga world, I think it's kind of on par, or at least in the same category as Oyasumi Punpun, where it's just like one of those like life-changing manga.
Yeah.
And it is fantastic. It's beautiful manga.
One thing I'm seeing, a big difference between going through the manga list and the anime list is that there is way more familiar. The most popular and the top rated are way more in sync than in the anime lists, where the top rated and the most popular were almost two entirely different lists.
So Berserk has 600,000 members. Can we just go to the anime? Can you just pull up another tab for the anime ones, just so that we can see how many, just like the difference.
Yeah.
In like
anime.
Yeah.
Most popular anime, you mean?
Yeah, the most. So you get anime, top anime, and then go to most popular. Click most popular.
Yeah.
3.9 million.
That's
like,
it's not even close.
That's a lot. That's a large difference.
And again, like this is like in today's standards, you go back like 5-10 years ago.
Yeah.
That disparity was even bigger.
Yeah, like look, how far do we have to go down on the most popular anime for it to be on
600,000?
Yeah, that's like
not even in the top 100.
Not even. It's probably won't even be like top 500. I don't think it'd be in top 500.
No,
either.
we're already at 150,
like the fifth most
and it's still a million.
Yeah, so the fifth most 500th most popular anime is as popular as Berserk.
Yeah.
Metric.
Yeah.
Which is like
we're getting close.
We're getting close.
We are. Okay, hold on.
If Berserk manga was an anime, it would be rated at
288-ish.
Around
Umaru-chan.
Umaru-chan is more popular than Berserk.
This is what's wrong with this community.
You know what I mean? Like it's so hard to take this list as like a gospel, but it's the only thing we have to go off of.
Fuck.
Blood Lab is as popular. Blood Lab. Rosario to Vampire is almost as.
Hey, don't badmouth Rosario Vampire, all right?
Ora no Imoto ga konao kawaii wake ga nai.
Just say Orima.
Why, Mal? We have perfectly good English names that they chose for us to use in our country. Why do you do this? I hate Mal.
Also, I can't believe Orima is above March Comes in Like a Lion. That makes me so sad.
Kind of goated, actually.
Goated list.
Do you feel like it's fair that Orimo is as popular as Berserk?
That's fucked up.
Do you think that's
I mean,
do you feel comfortable with that?
Let's talk about, let's talk about stories that have influenced an industry.
Okay, to be fair.
I mean, it did, but like not in the good way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The influence that Orimo has forsaken us is way worse.
You cannot say that Orimo has not had an influence in the industry.
If Berserk, took the elevator up, Orimo took the elevator to the basement floor,
Komi-san at number 28? Oh, come on, guys. This is like the memes and reaction images solo carrying this.
I mean, look, Komi-san was like...
It was fine.
It was fine.
That's mid. I've never watched it already. It's mid.
It's just fine. I think
it doesn't need to be as long as it is.
It'll bump up a point if the creator comes out and says he didn't like it.
No, because like
I now think that's incredibly base to come out and be like, yeah, I fucking don't like it.
Down with the system.
I just think it's so funny. Sorry, carry on.
The fact that it's sandwiched between 20th Century Boys and Monster is
that is
crazy.
Quite funny.
Well, the thing is, like the Komi-san thing, I've read so many manga now where you read like a few chapters and you're like, oh, this is a cool, cute idea. Like, oh, Komi-san, she can't talk, she's got social anxiety, but then it goes on for like 300 chapters too long.
Yeah, and it takes 300 chapters for there to actually be some like interesting plot point.
Yeah.
Especially with Komi-san. Like Komi-san didn't start getting interesting till like volume 26 or something. Like I'm like,
wait, what interesting thing happens in that?
There's like a whole romantic subplot that happens. That's like,
there is?
Well,
yeah,
I thought that was the whole show.
That's actually interesting.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought that was the point of Komi-san.
Yeah, but there's for so long in the
right.
Komi-san manga, it's just like her just trying to fucking write some shit on a blackboard, and then the main character being dense as a fucking brick, just being like, "What did she mean by that?"
Gantz at number 30, kind of impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, great manga.
Why does Tokyo Revengers have the symbol in the middle?
Because because it's swag.
I'm just like, no other show has that on this listing.
Yeah.
It's just like, yep, it's that.
Also, Uzumaki at 32, that's pretty based.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
I'm okay.
Junji Ito is like obviously very revered in the manga world. And Uzumaki is his most well-known
Magnum
piece
opus.
of work.
For sure.
That checks out.
Black Clover, I
Black
feel
Clover.
really picked up.
should be higher rated than Solo Leveling. What the fuck is it doing at 7.86?
Part 6 is the second most popular part of JoJo. Oh wait, does that mean people just skip? There must be people skipping parts.
I mean, it's my favorite part of JoJo. Personally.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Deadman Wonderland. Wow.
I think with Deadman Wonderland,
gotta be the
I think
anime.
it's because the
It's gotta
anime
be the
ending
anime.
was
Yeah.
so garbage.
Same with Claymore.
Yeah, same with Claymore.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nisekoi is just, you know.
Wait, Nisekoi is that high? Was it that popular?
Well, Nisekoi was just waifu wars to the max, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's true, actually.
It was like, I need to know who the canon winner is.
I thought Nisekoi was just like, the rent-a-girlfriend crowd where,
I mean, maybe some of them, but Nisekoi, I think, was just like, it sparked the most heated one-on-one battle that we've ever seen. And they got it wrong, personally speaking. But
they got it right, actually.
no, they definitely got it wrong.
They got it right.
That's how I know Joey's right. If you like the main girl, it's normally incest.
For fuck's sake!
Speaking of
In this case, it's not.
speaking of incest, did you see that Oshinoko?
Yeah!
What the fuck?
Because I'm caught up on the manga,
I'm not
and I'm just
caught up.
like, ain't no way. Akasaka's just trolling.
I gotta catch up, bro.
You have to.
To be fair, wasn't it like foreshadowed because the names of the characters are based on like the what mythology?
I don't know.
The mythology names.
Greek mythology?
Is it Greek mythology? What I've got the name of the characters, but basically
Ruby
it's
and
I don't know. Yeah.
it's kind of like
I was just thinking about mythologies that have incest in them, and I'm just like,
That's all of them.
I'm not just like, wait, I thought Greek at first, and I was like, wait, that's all of them.
yeah, because I think it was like maybe I'm
They
tired.
don't get along in Japanese mythology. That's why the sun, the moon is always.
But they married, no?
No, they're
But Amaterasu marries her brother.
Amaterasu, yes, I believe. Well, they were in like a intimate relationship.
Well, anyway, point being, wow,
yeah,
I can't believe they went down that route.
I believe it because Akasaka is a fucking troll.
True.
Why can't you believe it? This is all spoilers, by the way, but
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, we gotta put a spoiler tag.
Yeah, put a spoiler warning.
Okay, if we're going full spoiler tag,
Yeah, 'cause I'm never watching this show, so I don't. I'm done with it, so I'm never watching.
Oshinoko great. So far.
like
Really, the TV show I just didn't like that much. I mean, I said this about.
Oh yeah, true,
yeah.
true.
And I got flamed for it, and then
Yeah.
people are like, "Nah, wait, he's right now."
but like,
Told
okay,
you fuckers.
but like the thing that's I'm not really like everyone's like blowing up over it, and I'm like, well, didn't he have like when I was like reading it and especially watching the TV anime, didn't he also have like this weird obsession with his mom as well?
Yeah.
I'm like, I felt like the signs were there that something.
Like, this guy was not a mentally well adjusted member of society.
Yeah,
He was like infatuated with I.
yeah, exactly. To the point where
Where it was like sus.
Oh, to the point where like, oh wait, this girl is acting like my mom. Love interest.
I'm bricked up.
I'm kind of bricked up right now.
I thought you were gonna be like, it's disappointing. It's not blood related. I really can't. Well, I guess it is technically.
Alright,
what a shit show. What a
spoiler
shit show.
over.
All right, spoiler over.
Yeah, mid.
I didn't realize Soul Eater manga was this popular as well.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's just kind of a classic at this point, isn't it?
yeah.
Would you call that a classic?
I think
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
it's 20 years old now.
Soul Eater is undoubtedly a classic.
We've never talked about Soul Eater though.
Yeah, because no one talks about Soul Eater.
Soul Eater.
How can it be a classic?
I think it can be a classic and also be forgotten.
I enjoy Soul Eater.
I mean, like, do you want to have let's have a conversation about Soul Eater?
All right. Let's have a conversation about it.
I mean, I feel.
Def the Kid is iconic. You know,
I think all the
designs.
characters are
Yeah,
iconic
true.
when it comes to Soul
Yeah,
Eater.
yeah.
And like,
Banger openings.
oh my god, the openings are so good.
Yeah, the openings are bangers.
my
Animation was
favorite.
good.
Yeah.
for its time.
Very stylized, and I think as well, it kind of came at a good time where like the anime and manga community was like really just starting to pick up, at least internationally. And I feel that was the anime, especially, was just kind of an anime that was thrown in front of everyone's faces at the time.
Oh yeah, Soul Eater was
like
everywhere.
it was unavoidable. at the
Everyone's
time.
watched that.
Everyone
Yeah.
was looking for the new Naruto, and then Soul Eater was just like, "Oh, here's a big shonen anime. Let's go talk about
Looking
it."
Yeah.
for the new Naruto.
And then Fire Force.
I mean, back
came
at the
out.
time, yeah,
No, I don't know.
Naruto,
It's looking for the new Demon Slayer.
which is Jujutsu
Which is
Kaisen,
Jujutsu
Yeah,
Kaisen.
and now that it'll be looking for the new Jujutsu Kaisen.
which is
Orima.
Oshinoko.
Oh,
That's Oshinoko's in
No.
Oh, how did I
It's
being this
incest
high
in
up is
disguise.
pretty crazy.
What is Haru?
Haru Ride is kind of, it's like a romantic comedy, like kind of shoujo vibes.
Okay, cool.
It's a really good manga, honestly. Probably one of the highest
I've
rated
seen this cover.
shoujo
I've
ones.
seen
See,
this
here's
cover.
the thing I don't understand about manga readers, right? I've never had a single conversation about this at all, even with people who read manga. It's the 41 most popular, higher than other, like, what's it higher than? Can you go back?
7 Deadly Sins, Noragami,
Yeah,
Shingeki
it's
no Soma,
Tower of God,
Fire Punch.
Kamiga Kill, all of these manga I have definitely heard of. So it's interesting because
Yeah, it just kind of has like
Who?
that cult fan base, I
Right.
think, in terms of like because shoujo manga's always been kind of underrepresented, especially like overseas. And like, there's definitely a fan base for it, but they're not talked about as much as like the shonen shows, right? Just in general.
like even something like Horimiya, right? I had never heard of Horimiya before
the anime?
Before the anime,
Right.
Yeah, and there's so many of these
I mean,
manga.
it's huge in Japan.
Yeah, there's so many of these manga adaptations where people are like, "Oh my god, I've been waiting so long about this, so long for this," and it turns out I was like, I've never even heard of this.
Yeah.
Like Apothecary Diaries as well, which is
Yeah, I'd never heard of that.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
me
Never heard
neither.
about that.
Me
And then
neither.
when it got announced, like so many manga readers were like, "Yo, if you're in the manga world, you know this is goated, man. You know this is
Yeah.
goated."
I mean,
So-
Noragami in a sense as well was kind
Do
of like
you
that.
think that sometimes if the character has is a female lead or leans at more feminine topics, that it kind of isn't as popular with anime fans or manga fans?
no, I think
Not necessarily.
So I think that like something like Apothecary Diaries had a hard time maybe gaining popularity as a manga.
Right.
Apothecary Diaries was popular because of everything you had mentioned.
Yeah, right. But do you think that it didn't quite get like even more beyond that and get to like the top 50 manga? Because a lot of these, you look at a lot of these and a lot of the manga, and it's all like a dude's perspective.
Yeah, maybe I don't know because
I think it's just I think it's the nature of the situation that like shoujo manga and shoujo anime. I think the main demographic is obviously the female audience.
Yeah.
But a lot of those shows, I don't think there aren't a lot of dudes who are willing to give them a go.
Oh, yeah, for
Whereas
sure.
with shonen, it's gotten to the point now where it doesn't matter what gender you are. Anyone and everyone can enjoy them.
sure,
And so I think that's a big reason why a lot of shoujo stuff is underrepresented, which is kind of unfair because there's a lot of fucking amazing shoujo manga and anime out there that dudes can equally enjoy as much as girls can.
yeah.
But maybe it's like the themes, there isn't a lot of like action-based shoujo stuff out there. There isn't a lot of like the quote-unquote hype shoujo shows out there, so maybe that's why. I don't know. But like Haru Ride is a great fucking manga. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm not the demographic for it, but I still loved it.
I wonder
Yeah.
if we'll see Apothecary Diaries on this list.
Maybe.
I don't know.
don't
yeah,
know.
maybe.
Hard to say.
Because, I mean, I don't know how up to date this list is right now, but I think Free Rent should be up here, it feels like, because Free Rent sold like hotcakes last year because of anime adaptation.
though,
In Japan, true.
we never get numbers for Western sales.
No.
That's true.
So
That's true.
the only thing we have to go off of is like people, how much are they talking about it?
Can you go on the top selling manga of last year?
You have to probably just Google it.
Yeah, just
Google
Google it. What are the current top
Yeah, we
selling
only have
manga?
like Japan, right? So
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
worldwide.
2023.
So this should be like worldwide. Blue Lock was the top. Oh yeah, of
I mean,
course
Blue
it would
Lock's
be.
fucking everywhere right now.
Oh, bro, in Japan,
Especially with the
everything
movie.
is- oh my god.
Bro, I mean,
Everything's a
I mean,
blue
that
one.
makes sense because Japan had a fucking insane run in the World Cup.
Yeah.
And this was like the year of the World Cup as well.
My Hero, Spy Family.
Bro,
Slam
every match Japan
Chainsaw
won.
Man.
Like the
Wait, is
author
this
was
best-
like,
is this of all? Wait,
This is
Slam
of
Dunk
20
sold 3 million copies last year.
yeah,
because of the movie.
Oh,
the movie.
The-
I was
yeah.
like, what?
The movie brought an entire new
Oh my
generation back
Lord.
to the manga.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah.
Still relevant, baby.
Hell yeah.
One Piece
One
number
Piece.
3, Jujutsu Kaisen number
Kaisen,
2. Checks
Blue
out.
Lock was number 1.
Blue Lock at number
10
1.
million copies.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
it's
That's crazy. People got so mad when I called it I. Called mid. Maybe it gets better. Did it get better, the anime?
I don't know.
Did you finish it?
I actually just continued reading the manga, and it's alright.
That is crazy how when you say it, you don't get flack. When I say it, I get destroyed.
No, I
It's because I said it in that period when everyone gets hyped about the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
You can't call shit mid in the first 3 episodes. Like people get like so like, this is the greatest thing of all time. What are you talking about?
I mean, my I didn't necessarily have a problem with it. I think the biggest reason I lost interest was just because I thought I was like, this is the first time I've read a manga about a sport I genuinely have an interest in.
Yeah.
And I think I would be more interested in watching the actual sport.
And the whole time I was like, actually, it's just way cooler to watch real football.
And that's what I had that realization of like, okay, this is the first time I've experienced this, because normally when I read a sports manga, I have no interest in the actual sports. So this was like actually the first time that I saw a football anime and read the football manga, and I was like, I think I'd just rather watch football.
Yeah, the real storylines of actual football is just actually so hyped.
I think the actual storyline that you found in the World Cup this year was more hype than anything you found in Blue Lock.
100%.
I mean, as someone who has never had an interest in football or soccer or whatever, and read, I think I read the first 5 volumes of Blue Lock.
Yeah.
It was aight. It was fine.
It is wild. This happens, I feel like, every year in Japan. Like, the manga that pops off the hardest, I feel like normally, like, is quite popular in the West, but not, like, nowhere near to the same level. But Blue Lock, like, after the first few weeks, I haven't heard anyone say anything about it.
I mean, again, it's fucking everywhere in Japan. I think right now in Japan, it has a massive female fan base.
Of course.
Because of, because all the boys are pretty and badass and, everything that makes, girls fanboy over anime
I really
boys.
just didn't like the side characters in this show. I really just thought none of them were that cool. Like, none of them I thought were like...
How far did you get in the show?
Like 6 episodes in. So
Okay.
Just all the characters introduced to us, I was like...
I think the biggest problem with Blue Lock at the beginning is that so many characters get introduced in a very short amount of time. As the manga goes on, you get time to really like develop and get yourself attached to more characters, which kind of offsets that.
Right.
But yeah, at the beginning, I had the same problem where I'm like, this is a lot of people that I don't really care about.
It wasn't. Yeah, I mean, it was just fine. I mean, yeah. I'm surprised it sold that many, but also not at the same time.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go in Japan, there's some Blue Lock collab happening with something. It doesn't even have to be football related. I think there was like a bus stop I saw the other day. It was a Blue Lock bus stop.
Why?
I don't know. So something very, very like whatever. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
All right.
And then, okay.
Let's go back to the list. I'm kind of curious. Tower of God, Origami.
Yeah, Blue Lock hasn't even come up yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously there's a very big disparity between what's popular in Japan and what's popular here.
Pandora Hearts being in top 50 is surprising.
I'm going to Google something as well. I want to check something.
When was the last time you heard anyone talking about Pandora Hearts?
I don't know.
I don't even know what that is.
What is it?
I mean, it's a good manga. I enjoyed it.
What is it about?
I don't fucking remember. It's been a long time. It's Clamp, right? No, it's not Clamp. It's Mochizuki. Mochizuki Jun, who did he did another manga. I forgot. What was the other one that I really like? Oh, Lagrange, yeah. Ginno Lagrange.
Yes, I just went to Google Trends of my anime list because I was curious to see if there was like this website had more users. And yeah, it did. In like 2013-14 is when it had the most.
Wait, is this Blue Lock?
No, my anime list, the website.
Oh,
okay.
So the website, I mean, this is Google Trends, so it doesn't really mean more users or more active thing, but people were Googling my anime list the most in like 2015.
Okay.
And since then, it's kind of been slowly up and down, but generally down.
That makes sense.
I always found the culture of my anime list curious or
But it
interesting.
explains a lot here, because it explains why some of the, especially shows that were very popular, Tokyo Ghoul, Akame ga Kill. These 2015, 2016 shows that are really popular have such representation on
Because is my anime list like a anime exclusive kind of thing? Because I can't think of... Okay, I'm sure there are like services and sites about it, but I can't think of, moviegoers having a list or having like a website where they track what they watch.
Yeah, they do. Letterboxd Media.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, people always do Letterboxd.
Oh, okay. Is there one for gaming as well?
I actually don't know. Maybe. I don't
Not
know.
sure.
I know Letterboxd is like the joke of like when you review something now. It's like, it's going on my Letterboxd.
I've never heard of that.
Really?
This is the
It's a
first
very
time I've heard of
American
it.
thing. It's very American.
Yeah.
Go to next 50. I shall see what's next.
Because I feel like a lot of these are not matching up to what I think.
Oh, look. Blue Lock's there.
There's Blue Lock,
Yeah.
57.
Blue Lock is there, yeah.
Like, that's crazy that the number one best-selling manga of last year is 57
Yeah.
on the global.
Below GTO.
Yeah, that's like...
And Nagatoro.
yeah. I mean, this is, like, bizarre.
Wow, quintessential quintuplets. That's
I
great.
mean,
Kaicho made someone. Let's go.
If we counted how many anime figures or merchandise were sold in this, I'm sure quintessential quintuplets would be number one with the amount of merch they've made in Japan.
I mean,
My God.
yeah.
Do you think the anime's like sort of carrying that, or like?
Yeah, probably. Well, I don't know.
I don't know. I actually never watched the anime for quintessential quintuplets. I just read the manga.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. I had a fun time with it.
It's great, awful
Yeah.
ending, but it was fun.
I mean, yeah. Again, picked the wrong girl, but that's fine.
Your
Awful
girl
ending.
Hell no. She didn't. I think she got fucked over the most.
Oh, no.
So yeah. But yeah,
I can
I
have a
think,
guess who your girl is.
use your finger. Which one? 1 to 5. Which one do you think it was?
Were they all numbered?
Hell no.
No,
That's yours.
Oh yeah, actually.
Wait, they're all
That's it.
numbered?
That's my least favorite.
Oh no!
Mine is.
Of course.
They're all numbered?
Yeah. All the girls have because they're 5 quintuplets, right? In their names, they have the numbers 1 to 5 in them.
Oh, right. Yeah, they do. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
So it's Ichika, Nino, Miku, Yotsuba, Ichika. Have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in their name.
But I see so many figures of the show.
Yeah.
It's
So
insane.
yeah, yours is 2, most definitely. Mine is 1, most definitely. We are not the same.
Did 3 win?
Well, I mean, it's kind of spoilers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll let you know.
Yeah.
It's not 1 and 2, that's for sure. Which it should have been. And then Kaicho made some, again, like underrepresented because it's a shoujo manga,
Dragon
but
Ball.
it's so fucking good.
Dragon Ball 63. Ain't no way this list is
Nah.
accurate, man. Ain't no way. Yeah.
Also, Made in Abyss is that far
Yeah.
down.
What an
It's-
interesting...
This is an interesting. Can you search up what are the top selling manga of all time? Just to yeah, One Piece is going to be at the top. I mean, I think One Piece is the top selling comic of all time. Period.
Yeah.
Right now, I think it's
just go to the Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
There's a list there.
because I think it's outsold
Go up.
Batman and Superman.
One Piece,
in terms of,
Golgo
like,
13, Detective Conan, Dragon Ball.
Wait, this isn't in order, is it?
Oh,
Oh,
it
it's
is.
average...
Approximate sales.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
So One Piece has sold 523 million copies.
Jesus.
Golgo
Yeah.
13 is 300 million.
Case closed.
Detective Conan 270, Dragon Ball, Doraemon, Naruto, Slam Dunk, Kochikame. Or again, I think with Golgo and Kochikame, it's just because they have
The fuck
over.
is Kochikame?
It at one point was the longest running manga series ever created.
okay. I've seen
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
one.
it's 201 volumes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Golgo has
Yeah.
208 now.
Yeah.
What the heck
So
is
Golgo is actually the longest one. So Golgo 13 is when did it start? 1968. Still going to this day. It's basically just a story about a dude who's like a professional sniper assassin.
It's been in the business for a long time.
Yeah, and he goes around just doing dirty jobs to whoever can afford it. And it's been going on for 208 volumes.
Kingdom as well is on that list. Fist of the North Star, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Wow.
Hajime no Ippo.
Really impressive.
Touch. Wow, that's an old one.
What is Touch?
Touch is a baseball manga.
Okay, so
From
a lot
the
of these
80s.
are pretty classic.
Yeah,
And
a lot of these are
old.
classic.
I mean, the newest one on this list is Kingdom?
No, probably Demon Slayer.
Oh, no, Attack on Titan.
No, it's Attack on Titan.
Attack on
right?
Titan is the newest one on this
Demon,
list.
or Demon Slayer.
With
Demon
120.
Slayer, I think, is the
Yeah.
newest one.
Wait, when's Demon Slayer? Oh, yeah, it is.
2016.
Yeah.
Wait, Demon Slayer is 2016?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
With the art style, I thought it was like 2000.
Bro.
Bruh. Do you ever remember hearing people talking about Demon Slayer in 2000?
Dude, I don't ever hear anyone talk about any manga before like the 2000s, 2020. I was never on the online discourse of manga before like 2015.
Fair
Bro,
enough.
manga art style has nothing to do with time. A lot of
Yeah, but to me, the style looked dated. Is that a horrible hot take?
Like, what is okay? If that's the case, that means Berserk is like made in 2100.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. By my logic, yeah. But like, okay, like when you look at any, it just I don't know how to explain it. It just looks dated.
Like,
You know what I mean? Like, am I crazy?
It's like a historical.
I mean, it's
takes
kind
place
of
in a
it's
historical
kind of
setting.
just an old school
my
style.
favorite historical manga, Demon Slayer. Fuck off, God. That's not a good excuse.
Well,
Well, I mean-
it won best. It also won best fucking fantasy at the Crunchyroll Anime Awards.
Hey, I'm not one of the judges, Garnt. All right.
I know. But you know what?
If I was,
all I'm
things
saying
would have changed, Garnt.
all I'm saying is maybe because it takes place in that time period. I don't know, man. Maybe just the vibes just aren't.
Fair enough. Yeah, the vibes don't connect with
They're
me.
just
all right?
maybe the vibes.
I'm not afraid to say it, Garnt.
Maybe
It doesn't.
the vibes were just
I
off.
don't like how the manga looks. Okay, is
Okay.
that crazy? Am I
Okay.
crazy to say that?
Do you like how Attack on Titan looks then?
No.
It doesn't have the vibe.
It don't got the vibe. It don't got the vibe.
vibes. Yeah.
That's why I'm glad that the animation looks amazing.
What I am shocked about on this list is that
I have smooth brain,
is that
okay?
Bleach has outsold JoJo.
Bleach has outsold JoJo.
That's surprising to me. I don't know why.
130 million. I feel like,
I mean, JoJo
Isn't
only
that surprising?
was JoJo ever popular in other languages until like recent?
No, but it was an absolute like cultural phenomenon when it first came out. In
Yeah, but
Japan.
are those sales
But
only?
so was Bleach.
Are those sales only from Japan or are they worldwide?
No, this is worldwide.
this
I
is
believe.
worldwide.
Well, then I feel that like Bleach worldwide probably brought in a lot
Yeah.
of additional sales during its peak, which is probably in multiple languages, not just
I
English.
feel like JoJo is very, very popular in the anime community, but
But only recently too.
Yeah,
you know, like
only-
since the recent adaptation of the anime.
yeah, since the recent
Yeah, I
adaptations,
guess
and it
so.
was just like JoJo was always like the second tier of like anime popularity. You know, it was never. It was popular if you are really, really into anime,
Right.
into internet culture.
It wasn't the big
but
three.
it was never like Naruto, One Piece, Bleach level of popularity worldwide.
True
Yeah,
that.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I gotta stop talking about manga. I'm gonna get all the manga fans pissed off. That's what I say.
So what's the next manga you're gonna try out?
Yeah.
I gotta finish Slam Dunk, which I feel like is solid, and then I want to read 20th Century Boys. But I'm also secretly praying for a hype anime for that.
Well, we just got
We've
a
been
Pluto.
waiting for decades.
I know.
We just got a Pluto adaptation.
because we just got Pluto, so I'm
Yeah.
like,
Oh, true.
now
true.
is as good of a time as any.
You would
to
think
adapt
so.
The other stuff.
I mean, you would have thought so when they fucking made an adaptation of Monster as well back in the day, but
but Pluto, they spent a lot of time making, right? That was
Yeah.
that anime adaptation took a long time.
well, because you know it's Urasawa. The,
I know.
the expectations are high.
I know, and it was
Yeah.
fucking delivered. It was amazing.
Yeah.
But that's all I have to say about manga.
Yeah.
And I've said a lot that I shouldn't have said. I want to get a flame.
Took 10 years to make Pluto.
Yeah, right. That's like that. That's scary.
Damn.
You still read a lot of manga, Jerry?
I do actually. Not as much recently, just because I've been a lot busier. But I still try and like go. I go to my local bookstore every week just to see what new stuff I can
What's hot,
find.
what's trending? Yeah.
Just see what's trending. And like I don't read everything, obviously, but
Yeah.
yeah, some new ones I've kind of picked up where it's like, okay, I can, this might be interesting. This might have potential to be potentially the next big anime adaptation.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. It's just the whole pick up and just like read nature of manga is just a lot easier. For
Yeah,
me.
I like the whole.
know?
I like seeing what different mangas are trending because I feel like you get way more variety of stories in like trending manga.
Totally.
Whereas in anime, it's always going to be, hey, this week it's Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Demon Slayer.
It's more formulaic, I think, in the anime world as opposed to the manga world, where it's just like people can just make the most like, what the fuck? Like, this was clearly not made to make money type of manga.
Yeah.
You know?
All right.
The true
just
definition of art.
They just wanted the vibes.
Yeah, that was just like, we're going to go with the
I'm
vibes.
right.
But anyway,
wrap
that
it
was
up now.
that was our shitty analysis of top 100 manga according to my anime list. What did you guys think? Did you agree? Did you disagree? Let us know in the comments.
like how
I'm
we
going to
all.
forget about recording this because we recorded this in advance, and I'm going to wake up in like a month and a half. People being like, "Why did Connor say that?"
I feel like all three of us said some like pretty
Oh.
outlandish shit this episode.
We turned into like pretentious art snobs 5 minutes into recording.
Yeah.
After.
And then I got a dent in my brain.
That's how you know it's going to be a banger.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys.
Hey, check out these patrons, though.
Check 'em out.
What did you guys think? Let us know. And hey, if you're already on Patreon, you know about this already. But can you shut up? I'm trying to do Patreon now. Shout out. Fucking dip in the brain. Hey, if you've already joined the Patreon, you guys already know this. But in case you haven't, every week over on our Patreon, we give you guys an extra piece of content after this episode that you can go and watch. And this week, we have a brand new one as well. In fact, here's a little sneak peek of it. Check it out.
See, this is hard.
This
Because I'm not a Chainsaw Man manga reader.
Oh, I read it in
but-
Japanese, so fucked if I know how it's translated.
Yeah, I'll answer. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Real.
Fake. I think the text looks fake.
Yeah, the text isn't something you normally see in a manga
Yeah.
translation.
So
I
you
mean,
guys
this is
both say fake?
something
You
Denji
guys
would.
both say fake?
Yeah, you said
Yeah,
real, right?
because
Yeah.
this is definitely something Denji would say, but just the font just threw me off.
The font is weird. But
This would be the least weirdest thing to happen in Chainsaw Man if
Yeah.
if this panel
Whoa.
was actually
let's find out.
real. Yeah, right. Let's find out.
Yeah, it's even weirder.
She's touching my wiener.
Yeah,
weirder.
I was like, this sounds too vanilla.
This
to
is
be
so
Chainsaw
funny.
normal
Man.
for Denji.
This
That's-
is too normal
that's
for
so
Denji.
funny. Holy shit.
Let's go. But But hey, if you want to go watch that as well as a bunch of other past Patreon videos and just support the show in general, then head on over to patreon.com/trashdays. Also follow us on Twitter, send us some memes on the subreddit, and if you hate our face, listen to us on Spotify. And that's it for now. We fried our brains with all this art talk.
Bye-bye.
Bye.